Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio. Talk Radio.
Yes, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Ash. It's Monday. How the hell did we get here, guys? Well, I think we can ask this question. How come you don't see black ghosts? This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
They say that you're a runaround lover, though you say it isn't so. But if you put me down for another, I'll know, believe me, I'll know. 'Cause a night has 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 eyes can't help but see if you are true to me. So remember when you tell those little white lies that the night has 1,000 eyes. You say that you're at home when you phone me, and how much you really care. Though you keep telling me that you're lonely, I'll know if someone is there. 'Cause a night has 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 eyes can't help but see if you are true to me. So remember when you tell those little white lies that the night has 1,000 eyes. One of these days you're gonna be sorry, 'cause your game I'm gonna play, and you find out without really trying, each time that my geese astray. 'Cause a night has 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 eyes will see me through. And no matter what I do, I could never disguise all my little white lies. 'Cause the night has 1,000 eyes. So remember when you tell those little white lies that the night has 1,000 eyes.
Yes. As a tribute to... We're playing that as a tribute to Pete Burns, who died. We're playing Bobby V, who also died today. Pete Burns and Bobby V sitting in a tree. No, hang on, what is it? Well, they'd kiss it. And it doesn't matter. I'm sure they've never met. I'm sure they've never kissed, although they're both dead, so the laws of libel don't apply to them. Evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. It's a phone-in show, unlike any other phone-in show, in that I will just sit here for the next 3 hours, armed with the newspapers and some bits and pieces that I've jotted down on the back of a fag packet. And you can call in, and talk about the things I'm sat here talking about, or you can call in and talk about anything else that you fancy. It's a phone-in show, unlike any other phone-in show. I turned on, we're not supposed to mention the competition, but I turned on LBC twice yesterday, and I could have played phone-in bingo and won. First time I turned on, well, I asked you, dear listener, what you thought on Twitter, and most of you got it right. It was Muslims. Someone said Trump, and the moment that they said Trump, the person on the show turned into Trump and Muslim, so that was correct. I switched off, and I came back later on, and they were talking about immigrants, and it's kind of, what's the word? Oh, yeah, boring. That's what the word is. I was just sat there thinking, Jesus, this is 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I want something a little bit more uplifting, or a little bit left of centre, or just a little bit different to the usual. What is phone-in radio at the moment? It is Muslims, Calais, Brexit, Trump, migrants. That's it. That's it. Should we play LBC Bingo now? Should we go and listen? I genuinely don't know what they're doing on LBC at the moment. And I could be proved here. It's got to be one of those, isn't it? Hasn't it? And I know it's a mean trick to play. 0844 499 1000. It's a mean trick to play, but let's go and have a listen, because wouldn't it be great if they were doing black ghosts, which is what we're doing tonight? How come you never see a black ghost? We'll get into that in a bit, okay? It's this. It's here we go. God, their website's even more confusing than ours. I don't understand how this works. Here we go. I am in London. There we go. Let's 0844 499 1000. By the way, if you want to call in, and you can call in about what is it? Muslims, Calais, Brexit, Trump, or migrants. Here we go. Here we go. If I click this button, then we should buffering the internet. Has anyone updated their iPhone?
Want to make the cake, and it's been ruled that they were discriminatory.
Gay cake.
Discriminatory against Mr. Gareth Lee, who's got one of those annoying faces that sort of looks as if you could happily sit down with him one day and shout very loudly in it.
Okay, they're doing the gay cake. I'm sorry, guys. I've let you down. They're doing the gay cake. Why would anyone want to do the gay cake after James Whale did it so beautifully this morning? Huh? He solved that one. So that's what speech-based radio is at the moment, right? Now, LBC gets figures what I can only dream of. I can only dream of getting those figures. So maybe, just maybe, they're right. You're listening to this because you want something that's a little bit less beige, a little bit less bland, something that's going to challenge you a bit more. You might not even get angry during the next 3 hours. God, imagine that. You might not increase your hate to love ratio. Imagine. You might get angry. You might hate some people after the end of the show, but that's not the point of this show. The point of this show, note to self, must email the Samaritans tomorrow. The point of this show is not to make us hate other people or to get angry. If there's a bit of hatred, that's fine. I see Alan Caddick is calling in. But that's not the point of the show. There is no point of the show. I was listening to these shows, and it's other stations that do it as well. And they're pointless, aren't they? They're pointless. It's pointless doing an hour talking about a gay cake. By the way, I think the Christian shopkeepers were right to refuse to do the cake. If I'm being completely honest, I think they were well within their means to turn down a political statement. But that's by the by. It's pointless doing Calais for an hour, because what does that achieve? How is us talking about Calais and the situation there for an hour, how is that going to improve your life? How is that going to have an impact on their lives? How is that going to do anything apart from, keep us more entrenched in the views that we held at the start of the hour? Hardly anyone at the end of an hour of people on both sides shouting about Calais, hardly anyone's going to go, do you know what? After listening for the last hour, I've completely changed my position on it. I was for those migrants and now I'm against them, or vice versa. It's not going to happen, is it? It's just pointless. Now, someone play that clip to me in 3 years' time when this dream has come to an end and I'm on some arse end of a radio station doing that stuff to pay the bills. I've got no qualms about doing stuff to pay the bills. You should have seen one of the meetings I was at today. I had a meeting for a job today. I won't say what the job was, but I had 2 meetings for jobs, and let's just say the one at 3:00, in case they're listening, I'm really up for. The other one, I was sat in the reception of this television production company, and the people that I was meeting were late. And I kept thinking, I'm just going to get up and walk out of here because I don't really want this job. And the reason I stuck around, one of the reasons I stuck around, one of them is because it's manners to stick around. And, the meeting had been arranged. I was going to stick for the meeting. The other one is because it was a meeting. One of the people I was meeting was someone I'd worked with 13 years ago on Rise. So I was kind of looking forward to seeing her again because I hadn't seen her for 13 years. And it was a good chance to kind of have a catch-up. But we're having this meeting and they're trying to sell this show to me. And I'm there purportedly to sell myself to the show. And I'm supposed to sit there and go, well, the reason I think you should allow me to be part of this team is because I would bring this, and this to it. And I sat there going, yeah, I don't think I'm the right person for this job. Also, this might give it away, when you have to ask a question. So in the last series, how many people did you take to hospital? When you have to ask that question, your brain's going, I don't know if I'm in the right place. Anyway, what has that last 12 minutes taught us? Not a lot. It's taught us that the main thing we can take away from this, dear listener, is that it is a phone-in show unlike any other phone-in show. And as a result of downloading the update to my iPhone 6 is now knackered. And it freezes and it stops. And the solution that Apple have given me, back it up and reset it. Not on your life. That's never happening because that'll take flippin' ages. I'm not that bothered about it. I'll do with a malfunctioning, freezing iPhone. But the main thing to take away from the opening monologue of Monday's show is you can call in about anything you want. Alan's there. Lee is there. You could be there, dear listener. 0844 499 1000. 0844 499 1000. That's the telephone number. We call you back. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Wow. Some lunatics have worked out how to send emails to the show. I mean, some of the emails I've been getting recently have been ridiculous. But thanks, Chris. Thanks. Appreciate that. Let's dive straight in. Paul, you're on the wireless. Hip, hip, hip.
Is it Ghostbusters 2?
What kind of cake? Gay cake.
Indeed.
What you got for us, Paul?
I was just going to say, you said about Black Ghost earlier, and Ghost Dad's got Bill Cosby in it as a Black Ghost.
So when was Bill Cosby a black ghost?
1990.
What film was that?
Ghost Dad. A lot of inventiveness in the title.
Well, but he wasn't. Just to clarify, he wasn't actually dead, was he?
I couldn't clarify.
Because that was. Have I got this right? Ghost Dad was a movie, a fictional story, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm asking why you never see black ghosts in real life.
I'm not going to say what I was just about to say.
But probably best you censor yourself, Paul, and I appreciate it. And he's put the phone down. Well done. Hit and run. That was a hit and run. It's true. You never see black ghosts. Oh, you get old Elizabethan ghosts. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, it's a Victorian ghost. Oh, there's a man with his head on his arm. Well, hang on a minute. I don't see any black ghosts. You telling me that black people don't die? Or they go into a... to me... And you know I'm kind of on the fence about ghosts now. 6 months ago I was anti-ghost. I mean, I'm still anti-ghost. 6 months ago I didn't believe in them. And now I'm kind of, maybe these things exist. Maybe these things are real. But talking to Catherine before the show, you don't ever hear reports of a black man or woman ghost. Do you? They're all white. They're all white. Oh, and I'm going to say, I've never heard stories of a Pakistani ghost. Or an Indian ghost, or a Bangladeshi ghost. So what's going on there, guys? What's the crack? Don't forget, of course, that next Monday we are going to be in a part of England known as... are we in Monmouthshire? Where are we? Warwickshire? Derbyshire. What? Macclesfield at the Mace Inn. No. Where are we? You can say, I can hear you.
Bait Hall.
Bait Hall. That's it, thank you. We are at Bait Hall, which is a boozer. in Macclesfield next Monday, which is apparently the most haunted pub in all of Macclesfield. There's like 12 ghosts or something live there. You're welcome to come for the first hour of the show. It's a boozer, so if you're there, be wicked. I don't know quite how we're going to do it, but we'll see. The caller just dropped off. Whoever was at the top there, I will go to Lee. Good evening, Lee.
Good evening.
Hip, hip, hip. What kind of cake?
Lemon drizzle.
Gay cake.
Gay cake.
Today we are commemorating the gay cake.
Yes.
What you got for us, boss?
Well, I was browsing Spotify last week.
Oh, yes.
And I found Iain Lee.
Sorry?
I found you.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify, yeah.
You are?
Me and Nigel...
Low Sessions.
Yes, me, Nigel from Maidstone. I prefer people...
Barry from Watford.
Yes, I would prefer... Have you been drinking or smoking, Lee?
No,
okay.
I'm schizophrenic.
I would... Well, I know... yeah, okay. You don't have to tell us you're schizophrenic every time you come on.
Okay.
But if you want to, you're welcome to.
Okay.
Yes, the songs I recorded with, before the band split up, Nigel from Maidstone and Barry from Watford and Daniel, the DJ, yes, they're on Spotify, but it would take...
That's why you didn't sell so many, because they're all on Spotify.
Well, this is the thing. I made the decision to put them on Spotify, but for me to even get tuppence halfpenny from that, it would be required to be played 155,000 times.
Well, that's not going to happen.
All right, mate, there's no need to be rude.
Anyway, I was on Yasmin Khan last Friday.
You were doing what?
I was on Yasmin Khan.
Oh, did she mind?
She loved it.
Steady.
Yeah, she was ringing up, she was asking for callers about accents. Because I've lived in Scotland, I've lived in Derbyshire, I've lived in Milton Keynes, I've lived in London, I've lived in Wales. We had a good old conversation about accents.
Oh, I bet you did. What accent is yours then, Lee?
Well, mine's a cross between northern and southern.
So middling then?
Yes.
Right. Here's another tip Here's another tip, guys. You don't need to phone in and tell me what you've said on other people's shows.
I was just saying.
Sir?
I was just saying.
No, I know you're just saying, but it's kind of weird because I didn't listen to that feature, so I have literally nothing to add to that conversation. And
what I wanted to say was that I found you on Spotify and I love it.
Beautiful, Lee. Thank you very much indeed. Because, gosh, this is going to be a long show. Because imagine if the whole of Talk Radio's output was people phoning up a show and saying they'd been on a previous show 8 hours earlier. Imagine that. That would be insane. Hey, Dr. Pam's coming on Saturday. Dr. Pam's doing a show on Saturday. Flipping heck. She can talk absolute filth. She's mucky, Dr. Pam. I like Dr. Pam. I've just seen her tweeting that she's going to be on this Saturday. Yes, at 9 p.m. until midnight, talking about... These are the hashtags she's typed in, okay? Anxiety. First dates. She's building, it's like a narrative here. Hashtag anxiety. Hashtag first dates. Hashtag sex. Hashtag love. Hashtag advice. That ordering is kind of a little bit skewy, but you take my point. Alan! What kind of cake?
It's a gay cake tonight.
Thank you very much indeed.
I see the celebrity cake has struck twice today.
Well, yes, it has.
Well, I watched Pete Burns when he was in Big Brother.
I met Pete Burns when he wasn't... Well, after he was in Big Brother. I did a show with him.
Yeah.
And it was him and Andrew Stone. Him and Andrew Stone. Me, him, and Andrew Stone were sat in the same room.
Blimey!
It was Battle of the Z-Lists. It was incredible. I mean, a real strange atmosphere, man.
Who won?
I did, of course.
Yeah, the master. and Bobby V, a brilliant American singer.
That's right. He was an American, and he was a singer, and he was brilliant. Absolutely spot on. Alan.
Yes, Ian.
I saw a film at the weekend I've never seen before. I wanted to spend some time with my boys, and as it's half term, yesterday I said, why don't we are we going to watch a TV programme? I said, oh no, let's watch a film, right?
Yeah.
So I put on a film. It was a punt. I took a punt on
a gamble.
Took a gamble on a movie. The gamble paid off.
Yeah.
Because it was entertaining.
For the boys.
But it was also, and for me.
Yeah.
It was also scary. There was one bit very, very early on where I was thinking, do we stop this? Because I've not seen the film, so I didn't know if that was the only scary bit.
Well, it Ghostbusters 2.
No. There was one bit where my youngest, who's 4, nearly 5, he can spell hospital.
Yeah.
He actually put his hands over his head, put his head in my lap and said, Daddy, can you tell me when this bit finishes?
Okay.
And I said to the eldest, are you scared? He went, yeah, a bit. I said, right, do you want me to stop this? And they went, no. I thought, right, we're in.
Very brave.
Do you know what the film was, Alan?
What was it?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play you a clue, right? I'm going to play you an audio clue. And you've got to, from this...
Guess the film.
That's correct. I'm talking slowly because I'm trying... Hang on. Hang on a second. Here we go. The internet is very, very slow this evening.
Is it the Wi-Fi playing up?
Yeah, sure, why not? Hang on a minute. Oh. Hang on a minute. Type in that. That should bring it up. Here we go. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Got to skip past... God, bloody internet. What is it? Are we on 56k dial-up or something? What the hell is going on here? This is outrageous. Here we go. So it's going to play now. Oh, Jesus. What's the film?
Ooh.
Oh, it's a good one, isn't it? Would you like a little bit? Would you like another snatch?
Yes, please.
Okay. Whoa! Huh?
Sounds like the theme from Baywatch.
Catherine, do you want to have a guess? Catherine's pulling the face. You should know this film. You'll know this. Go on, Kath.
It sounds like Dirty Dancing, but I don't remember a scary bit.
Was it? There we go. Does sound like Dirty Dancing.
I know exactly what it is.
You've got it. All right. Catherine's got it, Alan. Now you can play your randomiser if you want. Now, your randomiser means that you can block Catherine from answering it, and you can answer another question.
Okay, I'm pressing the randomiser now.
He's activated the randomiser. Okay, the randomiser spins. Okay, Alan. What film does this music come from?
No one can blame you.
Labyrinth.
Ladies and gentlemen, he was right to play the randomiser. He destroyed you, Catherine. The film I watched this weekend was...
Walking away. Too much rejection. No love injection.
Flipping heck, David Bowie's trousers in Labyrinth, eh?
David! 30 years ago!
David Bowie's... Let's all stand up and salute David Bowie's trousers, because he was saluting. Flipping heck! He's going to have someone's eye out with that. It's a weird film, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And the kids loved it. Just the right amount of scary. There were some bits when they got proper scared. The bit they got scared in is in the bedroom when the baby first disappears. And there's all...
Because of the goblin.
Yeah. And they were terrified, right? And it's a good film, right? But here's what ruined it for me.
Yeah.
David Bowie. Now, I know it's blasphemous to speak...
The late David Bowie.
The very late... I wish he'd been late for the shoot there, because his teeth in it are... It's before he had his teeth done, right? So his teeth are filthy. They're yellow and they're manky. That's by the by. The songs in it weird. I mean, really weird songs.
I've never heard of them releasing singles.
I think it's probably, if it is an album, it's certainly David Bowie's best ever album. But the songs are weird, right? And there's a weird bit where he'd just be like fondling this baby, right? And then he'll start singing one of his crappy songs from the mid-'80s.
Mick Jagger wasn't there for Dancing in the Street.
And also, I mean, just... what did he have down his trousers? That's not a penis! That is not a penis, trust me.
That's the topic.
I have seen a penis, Alan, and what David Bowie has down his trousers in Labyrinth was not a penis.
I think it was too many sausages.
I think they may have had a whole string of them. Or a potato.
Oh, no.
Let's do the mashed potato. But we watched that and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And we had a lovely evening, because it's quite long. We had a lovely evening, me and the boys curled up on the sofa watching that tosh. But here's the thing, right? And this is the tonight's phone-in. Films that definitely should be remade. I would remake Labyrinth. I'd get rid of all the Muppets. The Muppets any Muppet in a film, I can't take it seriously. I'm waiting for Bert and Ernie, Gay Cake, or Statler and Waldorf. I'm waiting for Big Bird, you know. And
Oscar.
Yeah, and also you can hear when it's Frank Oz doing the voice, so it sounds like Yoda. I would get rid of all the Muppets, right?
Yeah.
And I'd make it all CGI. Computer generated images. That's what I'd do.
With me, I would remake Mannequin.
Wow! Wow! Yeah! Who's the lady in Mannequin?
Kim Cattrall.
And I'd have her in the remake of Mannequin.
I would have Liz Hurley in the remake.
You're going for someone even older than Kim Cattrall. Wow! I would have Kim Cattrall. Who would you have as the man in Mannequin that has sex with the shop dummy?
Ashton Kutcher.
Excellent casting choice, Alan. Wowzers. All right, films that definitely warrant a remake. Because whenever they make remake films, they always go, oh, I shouldn't make... Why are they remaking that for me? Some films are like Labyrinth is in essence... It's a really good story, but it's a bit of a crummy film. The sets and... it's all a bit cheap and 80s, right? So I would definitely remake Labyrinth. But to add insult to injury, I would use a CGI David Bowie with a normal-sized penis, and none of his rubbish mid-80s funk songs. I mean, imagine you're watching a film with the kids, right? And then this comes on,
Not always.
and he just starts singing, and it's like, oh,
Don't tell me truth hurts, little girl.
crying out loud. 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee
On air and off the leash.
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We've lost Jonathan. People keep dropping off. What the hell is going on? Ty.
Hey, Ian.
What kind of cake?
Coffee and walnut for me.
Gay cake. I'm afraid tonight it's gay cake only.
Can I have sort of half gay cake?
Buy cake?
Yeah.
You can buy cake.
Cheers. I'll have buy cake.
Oh yeah, that'd be £4.50, please. We're having fun with cakes.
Okay.
Ty, what have you called in for? Have you got a film that we should definitely remake?
No. I'm sort of caught in a bit of a time warp because I'm calling up about something I heard on a podcast.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Do that, and then my mate Scott Balcony, right? He writes songs, and he's written a heartfelt tribute to Pete Burns, right?
Oh yeah.
And he sent it to me, and it's only 1 minute 13 long, and I wonder just how much offensive. He assures me it's a very touching tribute.
Have you not listened to it yet?
No, should we listen to it now?
Yeah.
All right. All right, hang on a minute. Just check. I'm just checking Twitter. He says it's nice. All right, fine. Okay, let's listen to his Pete Burns tribute and all hover over our dump buttons. Here we go.
Yeah, go on then.
Right.
Pete Burns 'cause he had big lips.
True.
He looked like a girl.
It's true. It's true.
He sung her a song about spinning around like a record. He went on Big Brother and really changed what people thought about men that dress like women.
It's true, yeah, he's a trailblazer.
The more ignorant among society thought that he would be weird, but he was just a normal person.
Well, I met him backstage. He certainly wasn't.
He had big lips. He sung a song about spinning around, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around like a record.
Hey, that's all right, isn't it? Excellent. Well, I look forward to him sending me one about Bobby V in a minute. Excellent. Nice one, sir.
More of a biography.
It was more of a list of facts. Really. I met Pete Burns, and I met him a couple of times, and he was absolutely delightful to me. But he was, he was bonkers, and I say that I would have said it to his face. I say that in the way that the world needs more bonkers people. People were terrified of him. I think he could have a bit of a temper. But he was an absolute sweetheart to me when I was on Big Brother, and I think he tweeted me a few times.
He had some nice cutting remarks on Big Brother.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he knew what the what they wanted from him, and he delivered it in bucket loads.
Yeah, and it quite effortless as well.
Yeah,
it seemed.
He was very, very nice to me. And 57. I mean, I've spent a lot of this weekend wondering what it's all about. And 57 ain't no age at all.
I know. I'm closer to it than you are.
Are you?
Yeah.
How old are you? 48.
Not that close.
All right, mate, calm down. You sound like a boy.
Yeah, 46. I mean, I sound young, do I?
You do sound young. Do you? Here's the question. I genuinely asked this question on Twitter, and I was not surprised by the response. I am at the moment. This is a midlife crisis, isn't it? At the moment, I feel completely out of step and out of place in society, and I feel like I don't identify with anyone. Does that make sense?
Well, I can get that, but is that anything to do with your age? Is it? That's not.
Well, maybe it's when you get to an age, maybe one is always like that, but when one gets to a certain age, one realises it. Maybe I didn't realise it before.
Well, from my point of view, I mean, you raised it up. You raised the subject. I've always felt like that, and the older I've got, the more I've just sort of not really bothered with a lot of society. So I don't really do Twitter, news, follow anything like that. I kind of more just stay away from it as much as I can.
I watched a film this weekend.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. I'm kind of following on from what you've said. I watched this film this weekend, which I wouldn't recommend to everyone because it's hard work. It's a film called Tarnation, right? Mm-hmm. And I picked it up for, I think, 50p in Computer Exchange.
Not on Netflix. Not a Netflix job.
I don't think it's on Netflix, right? It's a hard watch because it is. It's very psychedelic, and by that I mean there's lots of colorized footage, and there's like ambient footage, and there's music played over the stuff, and it's kind of, the guy's gone for a style, but I kind of quite dug the style, but I don't think everyone would get it. But it's basically the story of this filmmaker who, probably maybe a couple of years younger than me, telling the story of his mum, right? Now, his mum, when she was young, she was beautiful, right? She was a model, a child model. And when she was 12, she fell off the roof of her parents' building, right? His grandparents' house, right? And she landed on her feet, but she didn't bend her knees, so she completely knackered her legs. So for 6 months, right, she couldn't walk. And someone said to her parents, "Oh, that's psychosomatic. She can walk. She's just putting it on." Right? So her parents, and it was never quite explained how, but for the next 2 years, twice a week, would send their daughter for electroconvulsive therapy.
To kind of make her walk?
Yeah. Now, The guy that made the film, he's looked at all the records that he's been able to get hold of, and he says in the film, it looks like before she went in for the treatment, there was nothing mentally wrong with her.
Uh-huh.
After 2 years of ECT twice a week, she was nuts. Like proper, schizophrenic, and was very damaged. She was in and out of mental institutions, and it's such an incredible story, and it goes on about he lived with his grandparents, and then he went back with his mum, and his dad never knew he'd been born, and there's a bit in the film where he finds his dad. It's incredible. It's an incredible story, right? And
that ECT thing doesn't sound like much of a surprise.
No, yeah, exactly. That would be the result. I know. You know they still do ECT in this country. They still give it to people. Yeah. It's
in mental institutions.
In hospitals. In hospitals, they still give ECT, and I don't quite know what it's. I mean, it's supposed to rewire your brain or something. I don't flip it up, but they do that. But I was watching this film, right, and you see what's interesting is you see the guy who's making the film as a 40-year-old. You see him as a baby. You see him as a teenager, and he's gay. And there's a whole thing about him coming out and discovering his sexuality and all of this stuff. And he tries to kill himself. All of this stuff, right? And I'm sat there, Ty, watching this film, thinking, we're all screwed. We're all screwed. There's nothing. There's nothing to hang on to.
What, is in the world or just in our own selves?
I think all of us as individuals are screwed. There's nothing to hold on to. And I'm sat there being upset about my dad who died at 62 or 61 or something, which is no age. And I'm worrying about me, I'm worrying about my mum, and then I'm worrying about my boys. And my boys are 6 and 4. But I'm sat there thinking, oh, God, what's going to happen if they're gay? Not because that would be bad, but just I was imagining, hopefully it won't be tough for them if they come out in 10, 20 years' time. Things will be different. But I was worrying about when the first time they do drugs, and if they ever get beaten up, or if they get mugged, or if all of this stuff, or what if they kill someone in a car crash? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm nuts.
Yeah. That's the thing about being a parent. I've got 3 kids, and 2 of them are about the age of your 2, and one's a little bit older.
Yeah.
I think one of them's definitely gay, actually.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he's not. I'd be more surprised if he's straight than if he's gay. You can't get too sort of caught up in all that, because
no, you can't. You go nuts.
Yourself crazy.
I just to reiterate, because some people want to. I don't care if they're gay or straight as long as they're happy. But I just worry about the extra work that would be involved, and the prejudice that they would endure if they were gay. And
Less now, Ian.
Yeah.
Than it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Exactly. And you know, hopefully in 20 years' time, it's going to be. Do you remember when people used to pick on gay guys? But you're right. You can't worry about that. But then I felt really selfish for having kids.
Well, that's what put me off having kids for so long. Was just what kind of world are we bringing them into, and what sort of hell are they going to be subjected to? And then, then things happen, and obviously that situation changed.
Isn't having kids one of the most selfish things you can do?
Selfish things?
Yeah.
What, do you mean this sort of act of like having kids or being a parent?
Having kids, making the decision to bring children into the world is one of the most selfish things you can do. Discuss. There's an exam for you guys. There's an A-level exam.
We haven't yet got on to the point I called about, but I'm happy to discuss. I just don't want you to cut me off before I've had a chance.
No, we'll get to your point. Don't worry. We might have a break in a minute, but we'll get to your point.
It depends. I mean, it depends on, your reason for having them. My reason for having children, I don't think was particularly selfish.
Well, what was your reason? And I will argue that it is selfish. You don't mind me doing this to you? I'm not picking on you.
Okay.
It's just this is the way the conversation's gone. Go on.
Well, I spoke to you a little while ago about my parents and the fact that they died together.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Yes.
Well, it was in that year when I was not when they died, but when my dad was diagnosed, that everything sort of came into focus for me. I did the whole classic kind of there has to be more to life than what I was doing.
Yeah.
And one of those things was to maybe have a family, but I put it off until my sort of mid-30s. So it's quite late for me to start having children. But when he was diagnosed and having seen the life that he led, it did sort of suddenly strike me, there has to be more to life. And maybe that was a selfish thing. But I didn't think I had kids.
Does sound quite selfish.
Huh?
It does, and this isn't a criticism.
Yeah,
but that does sound quite selfish.
Well, but I didn't have them in a sort of selfish sense that, I wanted someone there to look after me when I'm old, or to sort of fill a void in my own life. Maybe it was selfish, but I just sort of thought there has to be a little bit more to life when I was faced with imminent death. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was that did it for me. But having had children, it's the most selfless thing that I've ever done. Ever.
Oh, being a parent, if you're doing it half well, is selfless. Of course it is, because you are giving of yourself, unconditional love.
100%.
But I think making the decision is a bit selfish. Ty, stay there. I've got to do a break. When we come back, we'll get to the point you wanted. Then we've got Jonathan, then we've got Nigel, and that should probably take us up to 11.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Ty's on the line. Ty, what have you called in for?
So, the reason I called in for, because I told you I was listening to podcasts, right?
Yes.
And since Cass sort of messing around with it, I've had to drop out of listening live a little bit because it is messing with my podcast.
I'm sorry to hear that. So, if you want, we can take a breather on the shows. How long do you want us to take a break for? A week, 2 weeks?
I'm 2 weeks behind.
All right, fine. We'll stop. We'll do tonight. I've got to finish tonight. Then we'll take the next 2 weeks off. Is that okay?
Yeah. So
no problem.
So I was listening to it right today, and it was punching people in the face.
Oh yeah. But that's. I'm glad you reminded me, because I've got an update about that. That is happening very, very soon.
Two things. One, I wanted to know, is that going ahead, and what's happening? Give me an update, and also, and this might be interesting to sort of see how you react to it. I've punched someone in the face.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did he put up a fight?
No. You see, when you say something like that, it provokes an instant reaction, doesn't it? An instant thought about a narrative about why.
Yes.
So first of all, I'll start off by saying I wasn't an adult. I was a child.
Oh, jeez.
Does that still count?
How old a child? 8?
No, probably 14, 15.
Oh, no, yeah, that counts. Yeah, go on. I'm still interested. Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
So, being bullied, right? I was a bit bullied as a kid.
Yes.
And one of those things, it just sort of mounts up. And I'm having very few memories of my childhood.
Yeah.
I do remember this, and I was just getting on the school bus one day, and obviously been building up, and walking down, down the aisle, down the middle.
Yeah.
And on my left-hand side as I'm walking, one of these kids sort of starts piping up. And I don't know what came over me, but left hand, left fist,
Southpaw.
Left arm.
Oh.
Huh?
You're a southpaw.
Well, he was sitting on that side.
Yeah.
And I remember just hitting him in the face, in the mouth twice.
Ooh.
As hard as I possibly could.
Yes.
Now, remember, I'm 14, right?
Yeah, beautiful.
Being bullied, being put up with a lot,
this is
right?
Great, yeah.
So, twice in the face. Now, I don't remember it hurting my hand very much.
No.
But it mashed his face in. And I remember getting called in to the head teachers. I think he might have either damaged or wobbled or lost a tooth.
Yeah.
And I got into a bit of trouble. Suffice it to say, the bullying stopped.
Yeah.
So, when is violence, okay? When does violence achieve an end game? When is it acceptable?
I can only think of 2 examples when violence is acceptable. One is the story you just told me, and one is World War II. Those are the only two. Those are the only 2 examples I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah.
I'm an exalted company.
Yeah, exactly. You and the Allies against the Nazis.
Yeah. So, because on the podcast, you were sort of putting out there, anyone, what's it like to punch someone in the face, and so I just thought I'd call out.
Ty, I appreciate it. Thank you. You've reminded me this is happening. I will be punching Jamie, who is a listener. I will be punching him square in the face. There will be no padding. There will be no padding, and I'm having arguments with the management about this. Oh, you've got to wear a boxing glove. You've got to have a head guard or one of those head guards on. What's the point of that, Denny? Do you know what I mean? Why is that a thing? Oh, two men with massive bits of foam, one on their hand and one on his head, and the foam, as well, just do a pugil stick fight. Do you know what I mean? It's pointless. So it is happening. We just need to finesse a few of the details, and by finesse, I mean we've got to calm down the legal department. They're a little bit worried about it. Jonathan!
Give me your chips.
Sorry? What? Sorry, what?
I said, give me your chips,
hey!
wise guy.
You're not taking my chips anymore. I'm hungry.
I won't tell you again. Give me your chips or your brown bread.
Are you flushing the toilet, Jonathan?
No, give me your chips.
Why are we eating chips in the toilets? That's weird. That was... And scene. That was fun. We did a little play there. We could go... You and I could tour the schools educating the young people about bullying.
Yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Give something back to the community. You be the bully and I'll be the bullied, and then I punch you in the face. And we go, that, kids, is how you deal with bullies. That'll be fun. I'll write to some schools tomorrow, Jonathan, and see what they say. You'd be up for that as well, wouldn't you? Have you seen Labyrinth?
No.
It's good. It's good. It's a really good story, but the telling of the story looks very, very dated. I don't really like Muppets.
Well, they're for kids, aren't they?
Well, I like Muppets in The Muppet Show, and I like Muppets in Fraggle Rock, but in films I don't like Muppets. So Labyrinth, Star Wars, there's other films with Muppets. Anyway, I just think out of the context of Muppets, when we're not acknowledging they're Muppets, when they're supposed to be monsters, I think it's a Muppet. I know, it's a bit dumb, really. What films would you remake, Jonathan, if you had the chance? Sorry?
They're always inferior
to
the source material.
Did you say all of them?
None of them.
Oh, well, none of them. Yeah. So have you never seen a film that you've enjoyed?
Oh, yeah, plenty of them. I just don't like remakes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, okay, you're saying the remakes. Well, no, this is the point. I think that some films do warrant a remake. Like Labyrinth, I think, great story, but it looks dated. So that could be remade, and it could be... It was all done CGI, and also it was obviously all filmed in a studio. I'd get it outside. Get them outside. Build a real Labyrinth.
It costs too much money.
No, Hollywood is loaded, Jonathan.
Yeah, I've gotten a bit fed up of remakes because it just shows that Hollywood has no creativity.
Oh, Hollywood is literally sleeping with itself and giving itself a reach around. That's all Hollywood is. We know that. Hey, I had a funny thing. You know, Tom Cruise, right?
Oh dear.
He's got a new Jack Reacher film out. And I thought it'd be funny if it was called Jack Reach Around.
Oh, dear.
But here's the thing about Tom Cruise films, right? And I'll be honest, I like Tom Cruise films. I've got a soft spot. I think there's something genetic in me that men are programmed to like these Tom Cruise films. But they're all the same. Like, all the Jack Reacher films, I imagine, are the same as all the Mission Impossible films are the same as any other Tom Cruise film where he's got a gun.
There are some good Tom Cruise films, and the rest I can live without.
Okay, that's a great summary. Jonathan, you got 2 minutes. What did you call in for?
Just wanted to wind you up with that.
Hey, I enjoyed that, mate. Thank you. That was fun. Genuinely, I enjoyed that. Do it. Go on. Give it to me again.
Give me your chips.
Beautiful. Look, and he's going off cackling away to himself. That's beautiful. Give me your chips. He phoned up. Our very own pet racist, misogynist, and all ists phoned up to perform a little scene with us, a lartsy, if you will, a little workshop. To if you've taped that, I know some people tape the show. Maybe we'll put that as a special podcast for schools, and we'll put together like an information pack about bullying and stuff, and the best place to, if you are being bullied, the best place for your fist to make contact with on their face, to maximise the damage, and we can make a few quid out of this. We can make a few quid out of this because schools get budgets, don't they, to spend on these kind of things. Nigel, I would ask you along to play live music, but it's probably highly inappropriate.
Yeah?
Yeah. Probably is highly inappropriate. Nigel, can we come to you after the news?
Yes, I've got something for you.
Is it a song?
It's a surprise.
Is it a surprise song?
A surprise song, yes.
Is it a surprise song about an actress?
No, it's about the radio. It's to do with the radio.
Oh, that certainly is a surprise song. And one I'm looking forward to hearing. Yeah. 0844 499 1000. Well, it's I'm finding a pattern developing with these shows, and the pattern is the first 10 minutes is bloody hard work, while I'm trying to find purchase, and then about 10-15 minutes into it, we reach escape velocity, and we start to leave the confines of the Earth's atmosphere. Now is an excellent time to call in, 0844 499 1000. If you follow me on Twitter as well, you can tweet me that way, at Iain Lee. It's Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
We are Talk.
Talk Radio. Give it some lip.
Talk Radio.
Oh, man alive! Nigel's got a surprise song for us. We'll tip our hats to Bobby V and Pete Burns. And it is, isn't it? Having kids is the most selfish thing you can do. Being a parent isn't selfish. It's, very selfless if you're doing it half well. But having kids is selfish, isn't it? 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. My name is Iain Lee, and you are listening to Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
My tears are falling 'cause you've taken her away. And though it really hurts me so, there's something that I gotta say. Take good care of my baby. Please don't ever make her blue. Just tell her that you love her. Make sure you're thinking of her in everything you say and do. Take good care of my baby. Now don't you ever make her cry. Just let your love surround her, a rainbow all around her. Don't let her see a cloudy sky. Once upon a time, that little girl was mine. If I had been two, I know she'd never be with you. So take good care of my baby. Be just as kind as you can be. And if you should discover that you don't really love her, just send my baby back home to me. Take good care of my baby. Be just as kind as you can be. And if you should discover that you don't really love her, just send my baby back home to me.
Well,
take good care
three
of my baby.
of the people involved in that are dead. It's the Beatles singing Bobby V.
Take good care of my baby.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that. That's from the Beatles audition for Decca when Decca turned them down. Do George Harrison no longer with us, John Lennon no longer with us, and now Mr. Bobby V no longer with us, dear listeners. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's a late night phoning show, unlike any other phoning show, because we will not be talking about, well, we won't set out to be talking about any of the things that any of the other radio stations will be talking about right now. Another quick round of LBC poker, shall we? It'll be foolish not to. One wonders what they'll be talking about now. It's got to be Calais. It's got to be Calais, hasn't it? It's got to be Calais. Or it could be Brexit with Nicola Sturgeon. Let's click play and let's... And I'm not doing this to be mean. I know Ian Collins. He's a nice bloke. And,
being stunned. Now, I don't want to upset anybody. There's no political or religious motivation behind this. But this report does specifically look at the Islamic form of slaughter.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Muslims. Islamic, and it'll be also kosher killing of the animals there. I mean, and Ian Collins will do a cracking job of that. I like Ian Collins, right? He's a nice bloke, and but you can get those topics anywhere. And if you want to call in about those topics, big stories, they're in the news. You're more than welcome to. More than welcome to. I just like the idea of having a show that is a little bit more free form, where we can sit here and we can talk about the bulge in David Bowie's trousers during Labyrinth. We can talk about why do you never see black ghosts. We can ask these questions. 0844 499 1000. Oh, where's the...
found sort of some of that.
No. Where's the story about Michael Jackson? I think this is quite an old story, but this is the weirdest story you've ever heard, right? White woman gives birth to black baby, claims the ghost of Michael Jackson impregnated her. A 32-year-old Los Angeles woman is claiming that she was impregnated by the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and is now suing his estate. Kira Johnson, the married mother of two, claims she was raped by the ghost of Jackson, and her white husband, Ken Johnson, is sticking by her side. This can't be real. It's from America. It can be. Kira claims she was watching the 2-hour Michael Jackson 30-year anniversary special on DVD, which aired on HBO in 2001, when she suddenly dozed off during the performance of Thriller. It was at that point things went horribly wrong. She says, all of a sudden, I was awakened by a hand caressing my face. I was home alone. My husband was at work. The next thing you know, I need to hang on a second. We're going to take this. Hang on a minute. Bear with me, guys. Okay. It should work. The internet's so slow. You're trying to do a slick show, and that'll kick in a minute. That'll kick in. The next thing you know, I'm having this erotic encounter with Michael Jackson. But it wasn't the... But it wasn't the white Michael Jackson. He was black and dressed like he was straight out of the Thriller video. I told him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. Kira thought nothing more about the realistic encounter she had with MJ until September the 25th, 2015, when she gave birth to her third child. Everything was going well with the birth, said her husband Ken. But then when I saw my son and he was black, I said, what the hell is this? I was in absolute shock. That's when Kira told me about her terrifying dream. I think it's wrong what happened. I hadn't got that far before. I think it's wrong what happened, and that's why we are suing Michael Jackson's estate. We just want a decent amount of child support to help raise his son. Kira insists she never cheated on her husband Ken with anybody of any race. Ken says he believes his wife and has no reason to not trust her. She is his queen. The Johnsons say they are willing to accept an out-of-court negotiation and are giving the Jackson family until January the 1st, 2016. Oh, this is quite old to respond. As of yet, the Jackson family has not responded publicly to the allegations. Well, that was earlier this year, so if anyone knows what happened... Because he liked to settle out of court, didn't he? They liked to settle out of court, the Jackson Foundation. Be interesting to see where that goes. Well done, Catherine. You spotted the joke with the music as well. 0844 499 1000. Nigel!
Oh, hi, Ian.
Oh, Nigel, what a surprise!
I've been waiting a long time.
Well, I can make you wait longer.
No, it doesn't matter. I was enjoying the rest of the show.
Thank you.
Isn't that strange what you just said?
A black baby born from a white couple, and she says that Michael Jackson raped her.
She never did it with anyone else.
No. And she says that the ghost of Michael Jackson forced himself upon her sexually.
Could be true.
It could be. Well, it could be true. Ectoplasm.
Yeah. Who knows? We don't know everything, do we?
Yep. We don't. This is the thing. Catherine is now worried, though, Nigel.
Oh.
Because we're going to a haunted pub next week.
Yes.
And now we know that ghosts are randy. She's going to have to wear extra thick knickers. We don't want any ghost babies.
Is that the one for celebrating all the people on the radio?
Huh?
Is it a get-together of the people on the radio?
No.
Oh, it's not that one. Not the 30th, is it? No, it's not.
No, that's the 30th.
Yeah, the 30th is the get-together of people that listen to the radio station.
Well, it's Performance Ring, yes.
Yeah, and Performance Ring. And I could come along if I wanted to and sing. Because Dan said I could if I wanted to.
Okay, you talk to Dan about it.
The trouble is it's going to cost me £200 in taxi fare because I've been quite a long way off.
Well, I'm not refunding that.
No, but I'll think about it. But it's a lot of money to.
I would suggest save your money.
Save your money.
Save your bunts.
Have you heard of Marion Montgomery?
Marion Bewitched.
She's quite old now, but she was a good singer in the 80s.
Mary Wilson. Mary Wilson.
To that pianist. What's his name now? A pianist with wavy hair. Marion Montgomery.
No, I don't know her.
Well, she used to sing with the Sid Lawrence band, the orchestra.
Not heard of him.
Oh, perhaps it's a little tiny bit before your time.
Could be.
But you don't remember the 3-2-1 show with Ted Rogers?
Yes, I do. This is like word association. I feel like I'm playing Mallet. You're playing Mallet's Mallet on your own.
Yeah. Well, the band used to play it on his show every week.
Yeah.
The 3-2-1 show.
I can do the hand now. It turns out doing the 3-2-1 hand is easy.
Yeah, you stick your fingers up and you go 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. It's easy.
Yeah.
I'm doing it quicker than Ted Rogers ever did.
Did you like Ted Rogers? He was very good.
I like 3, 2, 1, and they used to repeat it on Challenge TV.
Yeah, it's still on now on the weekends.
I haven't got Challenge anymore, but I would quite happily sit there and watch it. Do you remember the McGuffins?
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't remember them. No. I was going to say I want Hillary Clinton to get in.
This really is bouncing all over the place.
I know maybe that everyone doesn't agree, but I think she's really nice. And
I don't know if she's really nice. I think she's cold and calculating.
I know Miley Cyrus thinks the same because she's for Hillary as well.
Does that sway you a little bit?
No. I always did like Hillary Clinton. And did you know today Miley met Paul McCartney in America, and they've got a photo on her website.
Struth.
Yeah, and I've been to Paul McCartney's house a couple of years ago. I won't say where, it's somewhere in Kent. I won't say where it is because I could get into difficult deep water there.
We don't want to get into difficult deep water.
No, because I went to his house a couple of years ago. Anyway, and he goes in the regular pub that's near his house.
Paul McCartney does?
Goes in the actual pub.
Tell me the name of the pub Paul McCartney goes into. Tell me the name of the pub Paul McCartney goes into.
Well, I don't know now because I've forgotten the name of the pub, but I mustn't say anyway because I could get into trouble.
You can name a pub that Paul McCartney goes into.
I don't really think now. What was it called now? The Horseshoe. I think it's a Horseshoe.
The Horseshoe. And whereabouts is that in England?
No, it's near Rye. It's in between Rye and somewhere else.
Hey! You know why Paul McCartney lives in Rye?
No.
Because he's got a ticket to Rye. Oi! Feeling hot. Hang on, we need to celebrate. Hang on a minute. Let me.
Ticket to Rye.
Hang on. Let me do that again. We're going to recreate that moment, and it's going to be magical, right? Hang on a second. You know why he's you know why he lives in Rye, don't you?
No.
He's got a ticket to Rye.
Yeah, great. There was a song called Ticket to Ride by the Carpenters, wasn't there? Ian? Hello?
Wowzers.
Yeah. Anyway, would you like my song now?
I will do, after this break.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Nigel, cut the music.
Pardon?
Cue the music.
Oh, yes, yeah. When you're feeling sad and lonely, there's a service I can render. Baby, baby, call me darling. I love you tender, call me. Maybe it's late, but just call me. Tell me and I'll be around. When you're feeling sad and lonely, there's a service I can render. Tell me, baby, I love you. I can't remember the words tonight. Call me. Maybe it's late, but just call me. Maybe it's late, but just call me. Tell me and I'll be around. We're on the radio, ringing the show tonight. We're on the radio, the best station through the night.
Yeah! Yeah, touching my balls!
Yes.
Huh?
Have you heard that song before?
I don't know if you have.
I couldn't quite. I haven't done it for about 11 years, and the song, I mean, and so because it was a jazz song many years ago, and Mary Montgomery.
Here's the thing about you, Nigel. You're a strange fish, Nigel.
But I always come out with something different, don't I?
Not always, actually. No. Sometimes your voice is all right. Sometimes your voice is all right. I thought your voice was all right then.
Oh, great, thank you.
Yeah, take that as a compliment.
Thank you very much, Ian.
You're through to boot camp.
Could you please play the Miley song from because I haven't bought the CD yet. The Miley one we did.
Yeah, I will play that later on, Nigel. Thank you very much indeed. I won't, actually. Sometimes his voice, I think, is all right, and then it was all right. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. So far this evening we've talked about Labyrinth, Black Ghosts, and a dead Michael Jackson fathering a baby. Oh, man alive. Good evening, Hassan.
Hello, Ian, you all right?
Now, is this Hassan who I doubted was blind the other day?
Yeah, profoundly blind.
Okay, I hope you accept my apologies. I have seen your Twitter and I now believe you.
Yeah, unfortunately for my sins, I am blind.
Well, no, can I ask you a question about it?
Yeah.
Right, because it was the first time we spoke, and it was a weird show anyway. I think it may have been Friday we spoke, I'm not sure. And you kind of just threw in that you went blind at 3 and your family told you it was down to black magic. Did you... So, do you still... All right, I'm trying to work out the order to ask these questions to make... Do you still believe it was you went blind because of black magic?
I don't. I know it's genetics. They believe... Some members of my family believe it's black magic, and it continues to affect me to this day. Anything that goes wrong there,
I think it's a curse.
It's black magic. Yes.
Where can I ask your heritage? Where your family originate from?
Oh yeah, so this will definitely fit the LBC myth. It's a Muslim from Pakistan.
Okay, so were your parents from Pakistan, or your grandparents, or we're just trying to get a hold.
Right, so I was born and bred in Pakistan, and I lost my sight at the age of 3, and then I came here when I was 9.
So it could be black magic. I'm joking, of course. Whereabouts in Pakistan did you live?
a small town, which is a unheard of city.
Okay.
5-hour drive from Lahore, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, because I spent you probably heard me talking about how I spent 3 months in Pakistan many years ago. I love Pakistan.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing country. I wouldn't go back now. I'll be terrified, but I love it. I think it's brilliant.
It was actually quite a good place and a decent place to go to. If you know the places you need to go to. Now it's horrible. It's all hush hush because of the army.
Yeah, there was a lot of tension. I was there, blimey, nearly 20 years ago, and there was a lot of tension there then. But I loved it, and I made some great friends, and I loved the food, and I met some wonderful people. But when did you? Because when we're kids, I know you've not called in to talk about this, but it's just because we left the conversation sort of hanging in the air last time. I've been thinking about it a lot. When we're kids, we believe what our parents tell us until we get to a certain age, and then we start questioning it. At what point did you start questioning the black magic making you go blind thing?
I think, Ian, to be fair, I questioned it when I started understanding my medical condition and when I met with doctors myself, because if I just shed a bit of light on this, I lost my sight at the age of 3, after which I spent 6 years indoors and never went to school, never learned a word of English, couldn't do a thing for myself until I was, 11, and that's the first time I actually picked up a book or the first time I learned a word of English.
Flippin' heck!
And only then did I understand what life was and what my condition was, which is that it was a genetics, it was genes related. But to this day, I mean, I told you on Friday last year they had this man come to my home. I nearly gave my address away. He came to my home and he prayed upon me and then told me that I've got loads of jinns who are taking control of my life, and anything that bad happens, it's all magic. And I need to start drinking this holy water.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. What's interesting is you let him do it.
There's this respect and value thing that some of our Muslims guys and girls have been brought up with, and we have to do what our elders tell us to do within reason. They still
Even
can't
though
get the arranged marriage.
And this is not in the way to not your religion or anything, or anyone's religion. But even though you know in an instance like that it's nonsense, you still felt the level of respect that you had to let him do it. I would find that offensive if I was in your position.
Yeah, it's sad, really, because in a way, I'm being fake, but I just have no other option but to go along with it, and then afterwards think, bloody hell, that was nonsense.
Hassan, please tell me you're writing a book.
No, but people have asked me to because, I turned my life around after the age of 11, and I played for the England blind cricket team. I work now as well, so I'm very lucky, but it's taken a few battles on the way.
Man, write a book. I'll help you write a book. I would listen. This is what an amazing story, you know. And I don't mean it's your life, you know. So to you, it's probably completely normal. But just to endure that as a child, and then to make a success of your life afterwards. Seems completely incredible from what you've told us. I sound like I'm being really patronising, and I don't mean to.
No.
It's genuine. It's genuine amazement at your childhood because it is so foreign and so alien to mine and to any other childhood I've ever heard of.
Yeah, and I didn't really like telling my story until last year when a charity made me their ambassador, and I thought, if my story can affect someone and have a positive effect on someone, then why can't I share it? Because when I actually share my story, my full story, it actually hurts, but then it does have a positive effect, and people come forward and fund and help blind cricket and other charities throughout the UK. So I just did after their speeches.
In what way does it hurt? It's interesting you said that.
Ian, to be fair, it was like being a prisoner, being criminalised for something I hadn't done. Mm. You know, being in a room for 6 years where you have one TV channel, no school, no education. People, I would sit there and people would talk about me like I was a nobody. So when his parents die, what is he going to be? Wow. An imam? No, maybe a beggar. That is the level of talk that I was having to put up with. And I was a very sensitive child. Never did I cry in front of my family, but boy, did I when I was on my own. It was horrific 6 years.
Gosh. gosh.
But I'm sure there's a lot of other people who've got similar stories.
I bet there's not. That's the thing. Well, do you know what? Actually, within perhaps Pakistan communities, perhaps there are a number of people who have not necessarily the same condition, but have, bad things happen. Oh, it's because someone's put a hex on us or a curse on us, or it's someone's put a spell on us. I can understand. Do you hold any malice towards your parents for what they did and what they believed?
Not so much malice for what they believe, but more malice the fact that it was genes related because they were cousins.
Right. Okay.
That's where the problem starts.
Right.
That for me is when I started understanding science, as when I started to have a little bit of malice. If you should.
Isn't that interesting? So your mum and dad were cousins?
Yeah.
First cousins?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Right. Because we did when I used to work at the BBC, we did a show about this once, and it is. I'm going to choose my language really carefully. It is more common in Pakistan families than perhaps it is in other families. And where we were broadcasting from the BBC, there was a big Pakistani community. And Catherine was with me, and we were amazed that we would get adults, like grown Pakistani men. We had one guy that came on and said, we were talking about genetic defects, and he said, well, no, you misunderstand it, right? If the husband and the wife, they can be cousins. He was a counsellor, wasn't he? For the local council. He said, husband and wife can be cousins, and if they really, really love each other, the baby will be healthy. And if they don't love each other, then that is when the baby will have a genetic abnormality. He was a grown man in a position of power, small power, but and we were just sat there going, what? And he called us racist because we were suggesting that first cousins marrying was dangerous. He said it was he said it was a racist thing to suggest that, and it's incredible, and it goes on now. It still goes on now, as you know, as I'm sure you're aware. It goes on now, and it goes on in this country now.
For the last 15 years, I've been hearing the same thing from my own parents. Marry someone. Who shall I marry? One of your cousins. I'm like, you've got to be dreaming. You have absolutely got to be joking. I'm very lucky to be where I am now, but I would have my sight back with an instant.
And is there anything they can do for your sight, Hassan, or is that it? It's not coming back?
Well, there's always research, but it's too slow, and they said that not for a long time.
What did you call in for, Hassan? That's a great introduction. I know that's not what you called in for. What did you call in for, mate?
Well, the thing is, Ian, I have been listening to radio for years. In fact, it helped me learn a lot of my English, to be honest with you. And I used to look forward to listening to radio at 10 p.m. You used to have some great chat shows with yourself, and I'm sure you don't mind me mentioning names like Tommy Boyd.
Yeah, of course.
You used to have these presenters. You used to think, I can't wait to get into bed tonight and actually listen to a decent show. And over the last 2-3 years, apart from the sports bar, which just gets boring after a while, I'm afraid.
Tell me about it. We have to work in the office with those guys. Jeez.
Jason and Andy. Yeah, but there's nothing else. There's been nothing else. Since you left the other radio station, there's been absolutely nothing. And I just wanted to say, there needs to be more talk radio. And it's brilliant that you're giving this platform. I mean, I know I brought the show right down with my serious talk, but I love listening to the... What should I call them? You can choose the word.
You had to bring up the subject of Muslims, Hassan.
Muslims, Brexit.
No, but I don't... Listen, the thing is, right, I take on board what you're saying, and I take it as a huge compliment, thank you, because I'm a geeky radio fan, and I am a fan... People don't believe this. When I came in to speak to the boss when they were setting up this station, I said, look, I really want to come and work here, but the only slot I want to do is 10 o'clock at night. And they said, well, why do you want to do that? Would you not be interested in Breakfast or Drive? I said, no, I have no interest in those. I've done those. And for me, 10 o'clock at night is, there's me just poo-pooing, black magic. It's magic. It's magic. 10 o'clock at night is magic. As it shifts over to 11:30 and then we get closer to 1, it's a whole different thing. It's funny you mentioned Tommy Boyd. I'm trying to get hold of him to get him to come on the show as a guest.
Oh, please do.
Well, I'm trying. Tommy's a funny one, and I don't know him very well. We've chatted on the phone a few times, and when I got in trouble a couple of times. He was great. I'd sent him an email. He said, "Give me a call, dear boy, and I'll talk you through this." But I've lost his mobile. He's changed his email address. The only thing I've got is his home phone, and I find Tommy Boyd quite intimidating. He'd laugh if he heard that. And the thought of phoning him up at home fills me with fear. And also, I worry that he'd think that this is his slot and I've nicked it. Do you know what I mean? All these silly little things that we think, and I'm sure he'd be fine because he's an absolute...
I used to call his human zoo.
Oh, yeah.
And even though he didn't know who I was, I used to shake just talking to him.
Yeah. Well, Hassan, listen, I appreciate you saying those things. You're right. I think we need more choice and more variety in speech radio. And I think that this station is doing it, particularly... But, I mean, I think what John Holmes is doing on the radio is unlike anybody else at the moment. He's on 1 till 4. But, the others have got their moments, shall we say. I think the station is heading in the right direction. And I hope that the captain keeps his nerve and keeps us heading towards the stormy waters.
I hope so. You two are brilliant, you and Catherine, so keep up the good work.
Whoa! Right, I'm cutting him off. He's gone. Can we dump that? I'm going to dump that. Unbelievable. So I knew there was something suspicious about that gentleman. Oh, wait, wasn't that amazing? 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let us go to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, joined by the Ghoulies.
Oh, for goodness sakes, come on. Yes. He's not trying to impregnate you, is he?
There's Bubbles there. Bubbles.
Say that again.
There's Bubbles there as well.
Yes. Well, Bubbles, we don't know if Bubbles was present at the time.
I went to present some evidence that Michael Jackson pre-planned this.
Thank God we can't understand a bloody word you're saying tonight, because I'm sure it's all libelous filth.
No, it's his lyrics to Black and White.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I like that song.
Baby for a Saturday Bang.
Yes.
Boy, is that girl with you?
Yeah.
Oh, newspaper's a story in.
Well, it's a newspaper called The Internet. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the home of facts.
Facts. I believe in miracles. Miracles happen tonight. But if you think about my baby, it doesn't matter if it's black or white.
Yeah. Well, there you go, you see, and his baby. But the thing is, Jerry, we're laughing at this story. She was sexually abused by Michael Jackson's ghost, right? And fair play to her husband for standing by Michael Jackson's ghost baby.
Ghost baby. No, that's... films. I'll change subject quickly.
Yes, go on.
Films. What's the remake?
Yeah.
An Alfred Hitchcock one.
Oh, yeah, go on. Which one?
My favourite one. The Lodger.
The Lodger?
Yeah.
Hitchcock never made a film called The Lodger?
He did. 1929.
Oh, one of the early ones when he was.
I love his early stuff.
I don't think Hitchcock films are very good.
He did the first. One of his first. What's that? One of his silent films.
Yeah.
Talkies come in and he had to dub the woman's speech on. She's a foreign woman. She doesn't know English, so that stuff.
I've not seen any of his early films. I think it's the last film he did.
Oh, that's crap.
Shut up, man! It's the only good one. The one in London.
Oliver Eden.
It's got
doll.
It's got the guy that strangles women.
Yeah, it looks like.
Lovely.
Looks like Wessel Gummidge.
He goes lovely.
Oliver
Is he
Reed,
strangling?
huh?
Lovely.
Oliver Reed, that's right.
Oliver Reed, and it's the guy who plays blonde fella. Peter. He plays Van der Valk.
Pete Burns.
No, not Pete Burns. For crying out loud. I also thought the one in the shower, the Psycho. I thought Psycho was overrated.
Yeah, totally overrated. That's his worst one, I think.
I tell you what's good about Psycho is the fact that you think the whole film is going to be about that woman and then she dies. I think that's really clever. That you think is.
I watched his trailers. They're brilliant. His trailers where he stars in himself. He does his own trailers.
Oh.
It's that funny, especially the Birds trailer. That's scared. I reckon that's why I'm scared of birds.
They should remake The Birds, because The Birds is good, but it looks... You can tell when it's all...
Dated.
Yeah, you can tell when it's all...
It's on projection screen.
Yeah, exactly, and that always looks rubbish, I think.
What did you think of Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket? I thought it looked rubbish. It looked like it was filmed in South London, because it was filmed in South London.
Yeah, this Generation... Them two towers, what does it call? It's not down now, aren't they? Found a body under there a couple of weeks ago.
Hang on a minute. It's like listening to a radio that's going in and out of focus. They found a body where?
And that place is not down. Where is it with the two chimneys? Oh.
Battersea Power Station?
Yeah. Found a body under there.
Did they really?
Yeah.
How long had the body been there?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably... Was
it 10 years or 100 years or 200 years? It's important for police inquiries.
I am the Pockenstein side, as you know.
Yes. Yeah, well, exactly. But your detective work turns out is rubbish, Jerry.
Disabled detective.
Yeah, but disabled, not very good detective, Jerry. I'm thinking of hiring another. Well, I'm expecting someone who's a little bit better, telling me how old the dead body is than you.
I reckon the Russians lost Hitler's body.
So you're suggesting that Hitler's body has been found at Battersea Power Station?
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Jerry.
Bye.
Oh, man. Oh, man. There's a question on the front page of the Express. Can beauty pills really make you look years younger? No. I don't need to turn to page 27 to find out the details. Because, we turn to page 27. Can a beauty pill really turn back the clock? No. Sorry, Hannah Britt, who's must be over the moon that her article has made it into the Express and her family have bought copies and they're all celebrating. The answer is no. What does interest me on the front page of the Express, not migrant madness, not Poldark kissing a lady, but this. Get a Spider-Man activity tin for just £3.49 at WH Smith. See page 29. What the hell is a Spider-Man activity tin? It's an advert. Get a Marvel Spider-Man tin for just £3.49 at WH Smith's. The ultimate gift for any Spider-Man fan. Well, that's me. I love Spider-Man. This mega cool tin, it does look mega cool actually, is packed with books, stickers, a poster, and colouring pens. And it's a great half-term treat or a great value present if you want to start your Christmas shopping early. £3.49. Recommended retail price is $16.99. Sorted.
Late night Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Everyone, it seems, is struggling with the iPhone update, and I don't like updating the phone, and it's been popping up for the last month or so. Do you want to update later? Do you want to update later? And then today, by accident, I pressed update.
Oh.
So it started updating. And as a result, my phone has gone to cock. It keeps freezing on the apps and the internet. It froze on the phone. I couldn't make a phone call earlier on. And Google Maps, which is how I used to get around in my car, that freezes, and sometimes it works, and sometimes if you reset it, it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And Loads of people have had it on mentioned it on Twitter. So their message mentioned. Can you could you get the phone calls for us, please? I mentioned on Twitter about it to Apple, and Apple said, "Oh, DM me, and we'll sort this out."
Oh, so it's all fixed now.
No.
Oh.
So we DM'd each other, and they talked me through some rubbish, and then this is the last response. Thanks for the information. To guarantee we don't have any corrupt data on your device, we'd like for you to back up your device and set it up as new. Then download a few apps individually to see if they're working as expected. If everything is working correctly, then we should restore the backup onto your iPhone. Let's try restoring via iTunes. Here are some directions here. Do you know what? I'm just going to reply, I tried that. It still freezes. Loads of people are complaining that this has happened to them after the last update. Will you be releasing a patch? That's computer.
Nice. Yeah.
Will you be releasing a patch? We are talking about this now on my radio show, www.talkradio.co.uk. Boom.
Take that to your Genius Bar.
Yeah, take that, Genius Bar. So, basically, they've ballsed up. I just can't be bothered. 08444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Have you seen Labyrinth?
Yeah,
Do you like
I own it on DVD.
Well, you don't. Can I just clarify?
Did I lend it to you?
You don't actually own it. You own the DVD of it.
I own the DVD.
You don't
copy.
own the rights to it. We watched it on Netflix. You wouldn't have got a penny for that. You've just bought
What
a
are you
DVD.
talking about?
You've got a copy. You own a copy of it on DVD. You don't actually own Labyrinth.
Oh.
That's Jim Henson's Mystical Workshop.
I need to have a quick word. Dear Amazon.
But I mean, what has he got down his trousers?
Well, what hasn't he got down his trousers?
I mean,
He's got a life of his own. Is that a Muppet?
It's Beaker, I think. I was embarrassed watching that with the boys.
Right, it's a codpiece though, right?
No, it moves. It moves.
I found it a difficult watch because there's obviously supposed
Was
to be
it a hard watch?
There's obviously supposed to be a strong sexual element there, and it's out of order. He's like 50 in that, and she's about 15.
I didn't make up a story about him being sexual to her.
Yeah, he was.
No.
Yeah, he was. He wants to her, doesn't he? He wants the baby because he wants
No,
her.
but he wants her to be a goblin. A goblin out of what? That's the question. He wants her to be a goblin? But what was great is because my eldest was going, well, it's a dream. Obviously, it's a dream. And I was thinking, well, how are they going to get around the dream thing in this? I was getting worried. I was going, well, let's just wait and see. Obviously. And they got around it brilliantly by just having all the monsters turn up in her house at the end and dancing and stuff.
Yeah,
so that silenced
You
that.
remind me of the Babe.
But it is what Babe?
The Babe with the power.
What power? Power of voodoo?
You do.
Hoodoo. But it was a dream, wasn't it?
Yeah, silly dream. Silly dream. Teenage dream.
Yes.
Which would explain the trousers.
Yeah. He's a strange one, David Bowie.
Yeah, I don't get it. There were girls when I was growing up who fancied David Bowie, and I never got it. I always found him a little bit creepy.
Not a good actor.
Well, he's good at being David Bowie.
You mentioned The Man Who Fell to Earth. I saw that recently for the summer. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as a science fiction romp, but he's a bad actor.
I liked him in Dancing in the Street.
Calling out around the world, is Mick Jagger coming out to play?
Have you seen that musicless version
Yes,
of
I
that?
have seen
That's
it.
awesome.
I remember being at a Beach Boys concert in the late 80s and Mike Love saying something very libellous about what happened between Mick Jagger and David Bowie on the set of Dancing in the Street.
On the set?
Katya!
Hey. I've got a brain freeze, so I thought I might as well call you in the studio.
Hello. Well, yes, we're joined by Katya, who's out of the studio. Katya, what have you got for us? What can you see where you are? Tell us the latest developments in the situation in Calais.
I can see many windows opened on my...
Literally or metaphorically?
screen, yeah, that's a window on the screen is kind of an escape to another world, I guess. So,
isn't it?
I
I will have a pipe of what she's having, please.
What?
Hello. Hello, caller. You're on. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the air. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Are you having me on?
Hello, caller. I'm having you on the air. Yes, caller.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I just startled my cat. Right.
Is that a euphemism?
Catherine.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, I must send an email. That's it. That's what I must do tomorrow morning as well. I must send an email in Spanish.
Okay.
Okay. Right. A short one.
Okay.
This is great for all the listeners.
Well, they might as well want to learn Spanish just in case. You never know if the Spanish Inquisition is back.
Well, you never expect that, no.
So, okay, right. How do you say send? Oh, okay. Is this the right address to send document to? So.
Oh, flipping it, Katya.
Oh, God. What do you mean?
This is not good. Use Google Translate, all right? Not my flipping radio show.
No, she's better than the Google Translate.
Yeah, but she's also working on my flipping radio show.
Oh.
What are you sending a message in Spanish for?
Because why not?
Okay, fine.
Can I interrupt?
¿Es esta la buena dirección?
Oh, sí.
Can I interrupt? I'm looking at a picture of a dog and I'm getting turned on.
Okay.
Do
you want to share that?
With her immaculately groomed, long, dark locks and dignified poise, she has the same attributes as many a social media superstar. Do you remember when we found the picture of the
most beautiful horse in the world?
That was the phrase, the most beautiful horse in the world.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Haven't
apparently
stopped thinking
the
about
most
him.
beautiful dog in the world. But T is not a Hollywood starlet or catwalk model. She's a 5-year-old black Afghan. What you got to mention her colour for? Hound whose silky coat has made her an internet sensation. T had won many awards as a show dog. Now, bearing in mind, we've got a little Westie, and I took her for a walk over the common the other day, and she was covered in those little burrs. You know those little burrs, those little balls that stick?
Yes.
She was covered, literally hundreds of them, and I just dropped the dog off and went, hey, the dog needs a brush, I'm off to work. So imagine this. T, look at that. I mean, that's the dog to which we are.
Oh, that dog looks like a whole load of maintenance.
Doesn't it?
I mean, can you imagine when it's been to the toilet?
T had won many awards, or sometimes you have to cut it,
Aye.
as a show dog in Australia, but found worldwide fame after her recent retirement when a photo of her was shared more than 1 million times. It shows her sitting in a bench, staring into the distance. There's such sadness in her eyes. Her extraordinarily long hair splayed out so it covers the wooden seat. Owner Luke Kavanagh said he was not surprised that T had created such a following, as she was far too pretty to keep at home. He said, even our weekend walks draw a crowd. She pretends she doesn't need the attention, but she loves it. Ooh, a little bit.
That dog is the kind of canine version of Naomi Campbell.
Why are we bringing colour into this, guys? Have you got any pets, Katya?
I've got a cat.
What is your cat called?
Eden.
Bilden?
No, Eden.
Even?
Eden.
Bilden?
Like the Garden of Eden.
Even?
Eden, duh.
Eden, duh. Okay, so you've got a cat, and is he a boy? Is Eden, duh, a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Excellent stuff. Cats are where it's at. Dogs are wearing clogs. I don't get dogs, and I've got a dog, and I honestly.
Oh, she's sweet.
No, she is sweet.
She's
you know.
silly.
She's sweet, but I've not bonded with her, and she's nice. And, it's getting me out walking and stuff, but I've not bonded with her as I thought I would, as I did with the dog we had when I was a teenager. You know, I don't really. Biggest mistake I made, Katya, was getting that bloody dog.
That's I can't understand that. Probably you're not paying enough attention.
Sorry?
No. There's yes.
What?
I'm trying to imagine the dog and why you're not connecting.
Are you trying to get into its mind?
No. Well, kind of, yes.
Do it.
Probably.
Do
Maybe. There's something strange going on. Oh, do you know what? Noel Edmonds is going to call my cat.
Is he going to call it?
Well, I think so. Someone said I should try that. I said, okay, let's try that.
Is he still doing that, or is he over that?
Yes, he's still doing that, and it's even more mental. If you go on the website, it's got this new radio station called Positivity Station.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we listen to that.
Someone's asking on Twitter, what is Katia on tonight? And I'm going to ask her. I think it's a pertinent question. Katia, what are you on tonight?
I'm on too much work. I've never... Okay, that's the thing, because everyone asks... a lot of people ask me. I don't drink. I don't drive. I don't do drugs. I've never done
Do you do anything that begins with D?
Drink, drive, drugs.
Descaling. I do descaling.
Okay, you do descaling, yes.
It's good. But no, I've never done any of it. But when I'm really tired, I'm kind of, I can feel that I'm all over the place, and I kind of am, yes. So that's why I thought I'm going to ring you, see. Anyway.
So, this dog called T is, I guess people were mostly drawn to the photo, says her owner, because of her silky coat coupled with that dignified look that T has. But that's just her being her. Yeah, because she's a dog, and that's all dogs are them.
But she's a very elaborate
dogs
dog.
are they.
That's not the sort of dog I would like.
They are dogs. Dogs?
She's too,
it's
Canten.
It's her being her. Dogs is dogs. There we go. Dogs is dogs.
Dogs is dogs. It's a fact.
T's show career and newfound online fame has earned her roles promoting pet food and dog perfume. Dog perfume doesn't work. Because dogs stink, right? This is the thing.
But they stink for a reason, don't they?
Because they're dirty. But dogs stink. You're not supposed to wash them too often. You're supposed to bathe them maximum of once every 2 weeks or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Like kids.
So, yeah, something like that. So, you buy dog sort of deodorant type things.
Because I had a friend who had kennel number 5.
JVS. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't work. I bought all these different ones, and one is supposed to make them smell like baby powder.
It smells like dog rolled in baby powder.
Yeah, but it's really horrible baby powder. Then I got one that was a cross between was oranges, I think, and it didn't work. You'd spray loads on, and she'd just get annoyed because you were making her wet. And she didn't smell of oranges, and even then, oranges and baby powder. That's a weird.
But isn't she a terrier? Aren't they supposed to smell, especially?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they are.
It's horrible. But all dogs smell. Mm. We've got a smelly dog. Our house smells of dog. Brilliant. We've got a blooming dog.
My sister's got a cat, though, and you can smell the cat.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I haven't got any animals, you see. And
Does the cat go to the toilet inside or outside?
Ian, it's a house cat.
Well, that's different. You can smell the cat's faecal matter and its urines.
I ate that cat. It's my nemesis.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number, dear listener. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Can you believe we have another hour of this, Tosh, and we have literally no callers lined up. So if you give us a call now, it will be an excellent time. You'll speak to one of us and we'll call you back. I won't. I'm not doing that. I'm going to get my hands dirty. 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you. Talk Radio.
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Last hour of the show, and it's kind of even more laid back than the rest of the show. We'll sit here and just talk about what's in the papers and what we've done this weekend, and you're more than welcome to join in. 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Come back when you grow up, girl. You're still living in a paper doll world. Living ain't easy, loving's twice as tough. So come back, baby, when you grow up. You're looking real good like a woman now. Your mind hasn't gotten the message somehow. So if you can't take it when the going gets rough. Come back, baby, when you grow up. I want you, girl, but your wide-eyed innocence has really messed up my mind. Yeah, I'd rather you get your very first heartbreak somewhere else along the line. Come back when you grow up, girl. You're still living in a paper doll world. Someday be a woman ready to love. Come back, baby, when you grow up. Come back when you grow up, girl. You're still living in a paper doll world. Living ain't easy, loving's twice as tough. Come back, baby, when you grow up.
Wow.
Come back when you grow up.
This is by Bobby V, who also died. Come Back When You Grow Up, girl. And I'm playing it off YouTube, and I'm really enjoying some of the comments on YouTube. Kathy Crosby wrote 3 months ago, I love this. It is a genital soft feeling.
What?
Person underneath says, please say you mean gentle. Then there's another one. I had this 45 since I was little. Always loved it, but thought it was in the voice of one shallow dude. Young, innocent love is the best. What does he want? A jaded, bitter bitch? Because when that's what she's going to be when she comes back all grown up.
Gosh, there's a story there, isn't there?
And Kenneth says, when I first heard this song in the 60s, I just met my future wife. I should have heeded the message. 41 years later, we divorced. It's just,
Gosh.
Wowzers.
I think he meant come back, like, within the decade. I don't
Yes.
think he meant in 40 years.
Wow.
I know. Sadly, we'll never know now.
Sadly, we'll never know. Bobby V.
R.I.P.
No, look, okay, we're going to try and make the alphabet out of people's names.
All right.
So, we've got Bobby V.
There was a French rapper called Benny B. Can I have him?
Benny.
Benny
I've not
B.
left. Okay. Malcolm X.
Okay.
This is good. Malcolm X. Benny B. Bobby V. Malcolm X.
I think we're done.
There's got to be A, B, C.
Can we have Zed from Zed's Dead Baby?
We've got Zed. We've got. Oh no, we haven't got. No, because it's Z. I want Z. But Z is possible. Who was Mr. C from The Shaman?
Yes.
Was he called Mr. C?
Bostrom.
He was, wasn't
Here
he?
we go again.
Mr. C.
Yes.
D. Simon D.
Baby D.
That's a Baby D. Here we go. This is. Who'd have thought it, Catherine? We're going to do the whole alphabet. Don, be with you in a second. We're doing something a bit more
Dustin G.
Aye! This is awesome. Dustin G. So we've got E. E.
Baroness J.
Oh, man alive. This is great. Baroness J. Oh, wait. 444991000. Can we do the whole alphabet via people's names? This is what phoning radio is all about. T. Mr. T. Mr. T!
Oh, we're thinking that should have been where we started.
As we go from T. Is there anyone? Mr. T.
Oh well, of course. We've got Mel B, Mel C.
We've got
But
B's.
we've already got those.
We've got B's. We've got Benny B and Mr. C. 08444991000. We'll put that out to you, dear listener. Let's go to Dom. Evening, Dom.
Evening, sir. You all right?
The phones are going mental. Here we go. We found the level. I'm good, Dom. What you got for us, boss?
I've got your iced tea, but I just heard you got tea.
We got Mr. T. So iced tea. Yeah, but we're going to
All right.
pass on that.
Found a member of NWA, Easy E.
Oh.
Easy E. Beautiful. Yep.
And if I just say... Dun, 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 dun,
Axel F.
There you go.
Well, now.
No, but that was because of Axel Foley, wasn't it?
Yeah, Axel Foley. I
Okay,
can't.
no.
Yeah, I can't have that. I'm afraid, Dom. We've got to be. We're going to be really strict on this. We are creating an alphabet out of people's names, so we're going to be really, really strict on this. And look, the phones. This is what you want. The phones have gone absolutely ape. mental.
Have you got G?
Yeah, you got Dustin G.
Oh, yeah, it's like Dennis.
Sorry, Dom. Miss Dustin G. You do wonder what. Well, they were not particularly good anyway, either of them. But Miss Dustin G was.
Know.
Wasn't there a sketch on TV once of Dustin G and Snobbish the dog guy, his brother?
But
Bernie Winters.
Mike Winters was the brother.
Yeah, Mike Winters. If they all sort of got together in a, like Garfunkel and Oates.
Oh yeah.
That sort of thing.
Well, I always thought it'd be nice if Cannon and Wise got together. You know, what a long evening that would be. Long old evening. Anyway, Dom, that's not what you called in for. Well, fair played. He's not called in to play this game.
No, but he still hit us with a couple of good ones.
Beautiful.
Took a shot.
Yeah, well done. What we got for us? What have you called in for, Dom?
I'm just looking forward to next Monday. Coming up to my neck of the woods.
Hey, you going to come to the Haunted Boozer?
I certainly am, yeah.
I've got no idea how this is going to work. No idea what the setup is. We need to take the Comrex on Friday.
Yes.
No, I've got no idea how this is going to work.
Or if,
and it's going to be a bit tricky because I've got a feeling we're going to be upstairs in the pub, in the house of the pub.
Yeah.
So if it all goes donkeys up, then I live 400 yards away and I've got broadband, so you're more than welcome to
Beautiful. We can.
yeah, but you haven't got any ghosts.
Well, no, we can do it live. We can summons the ghosts.
All right.
We'll summons the ghosts. As long as you imagine yourself in a white light, we can summons the ghosts. That's what we'll do. We'll summons the ghosts to your house. That's all right, isn't it, Dom?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Hey, good lad. You don't mind bringing some
It's an old house. It was built in 1870, so there's probably something.
Are there any black ghosts, Dom?
Black ghosts? Not up here, I wouldn't have thought.
I suppose not. Okay.
One of those places.
All right, Dom, listen, we'll see you on Monday.
Fantastic. Look forward to it. See you guys.
Ta-ta.
Atrium Steps. That's from Daddy Bear Club.
Okay. Julie's on the line. Evening, Julie.
Evening. How about Danny Kaye?
Oh, yes, mate. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. That is crafty. That is very, very crafty. Someone just sent us JK from Jamiroquai, but no, Danny Kaye. Danny Kaye. Yeah, that is crafty.
I'm pleased with that.
It's good, isn't it? I thought we'd get 3. We've got more than that.
We've got 4.
Yeah, so that's exciting. We need an A. These are the ones we got. Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E. Dustin G, H from Steps, then there's a bit of a gap of an I. Baroness J, Danny K. Mr. T, Bobby V, Malcolm X.
Eminem.
Well, Eminem's with
No, I know.
Oh, it's not. Do you know what? If it were a Thursday or a Friday, Julie,
You're right.
I would take that. I would take that. Because I lower my standards on a Thursday or a Friday.
But no, Monday. I mean, if you start to go on.
Work experience has typed Will I Am. What the hell are you talking about, man? How have you misunderstood
Div,
this
you are.
Yeah. Any more, Julie?
No.
Oh, bless you for calling in, just for Danny Kaye. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, worth it.
A. F. I. Barry I. That's how I got to Mr. T. Was just saying stuff.
The
Mr.
same
I.
names.
Mr. I. Leonard Nimoy.
Lisa Left Eye.
Yeah.
But that's not right.
It's not bad. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yeah, we can have that.
No. Come on, we didn't let her have Eminem.
Well, but Left Eye. That's her name.
The surname isn't I.
Doesn't have to be
Lisa brackets middle name Left.
It doesn't have to be the surname, does it? When did we make that rule?
Well, I thought you were being strict.
I'm having Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
How is that more valid than my Will I Am?
Delete your account. Delete your account. He's getting very angry about the letter I, isn't he? When's Ed coming back?
Not soon enough.
Get him to delete his account. J. Oh, we've got J.K.
Rudolph Hess.
L. McPherson. Boom! Boom! What? L. McPherson.
Go on.
Why are you saying that as though that's not valid? L. Macpherson. It's the letter.
I just think your rules and my rules, minor rules, and
We
yours
didn't
aren't.
say. It just happened that the first ones were their surnames. L. Macpherson. That is genius. Let's go to. We've got loads of calls on this. 08444991000 if you want to give us a call. Kyle!
Evening, you alright?
Yeah, we're having fun here. We found a fun game. This is Christmas. This is Christmas sorted, by the way, kids. I'm not buying any toys for the kids. We're having no games, nothing for the Xbox, nothing like that. We're going to play this. And the thing is, I'll have the answers written up my arm. So I'll win.
And they can't read.
Yes.
So.
Kyle. Oh, don't. Well, he's just typed on my screen Amy Winehouse because it begins with an A.
Don't get out.
I can't even look at him. I don't even want to. I don't even want to look at him. Oh.
Oh, dear.
There we go. There we go. I don't have to look at him now. He's gone. Blocked him with a microphone. Kyle, what have you got for us?
I've got 4 for you.
Whoa! Right, okay. Imagine if your second one was invalid. It would be taste like food, doesn't taste like food all over again, Kyle.
Oh, don't start that again.
You'd be booted off. Can I say, by the way, the number of people
Who've been playing Taste Like Food at
who have
home.
been playing Tastes Like Food Doesn't Taste Like Food. And if you missed the show last week, it's on last week's it was a podcast last week. It's also on my YouTube channel, Mr. Iain Lee. It was the most ridiculous 20 minutes of radio I have ever been involved in. I don't know why it was funny, but all I know is
Apples made you laugh a lot.
we all laughed a lot. And so many people got in touch saying, I've been playing this at home with my kids, or there was a couple. Do you see the couple that have been texting each other?
Yes.
I mean, it's just...
Grace Dent said in future she won't bother reviewing restaurants. She'll just ring Leslie up and give him a list.
And people were just sending me pictures of food, saying it tastes like food. And I wrote a very, I ate horrible kebab last night, and I did it to spite myself. And loads of people we were joined by my sadness and my self-hatred. And then someone went, but Ian, did it taste like food? Oh, and it really has become. Can we get the date in the diary, and next year can we have like a Taste Like Food Doesn't Taste Like Food reunion party?
Okay.
Can you find out what day it was? Was it Friday?
No.
Thursday.
Wednesday.
Okay. Well, when the same date next year, Kyle, we're having a Taste Like Food Doesn't Taste Like Food reunion party, and we're going to play the game, but we have to play it with exactly the same foods in exactly the same order. Would you be up for that, Kyle?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, now you've got your bottom spanked on Taste Like Food Doesn't Taste Like Food. Let's see how well you'll do in the alphabet of humans.
Right, well, you see, I missed because I was on hold. I missed a couple.
Would you like me to go through what we have?
Yeah.
Benny B, and boy oh boy, please write this list down at home because it's so satisfying reading it. Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E, Dustin G, H from Steps,
Sounds like the pools.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Baroness J, Danny K, L. Macpherson, Mr. T, Bobby V, and Malcolm X.
Oh, right, I've got 4 then that are not on your list.
Kyle, stay there. We'll find out what they are after this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E, Dustin G, H from Steps, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Baroness J, Danny K, L. Macpherson, Mr. T, Bobby V, Malcolm X. We're creating an alphabet of humans. Kyle reckons he's got 4. Away you go, boss.
Right, I've got MC Hammer.
Well, which letter's that? You're confusing me there. M. You're going for M. Okay. Hang on, I've got to do my L, M. MC Hammer. Yeah, we can allow that one. Yes, that's 1.
Yeah, ZZ Top.
No, that's a band.
No, because it's whoa,
hang on a minute, mate. Whoa. Kyle, that's a band. Where? Tell me where else in the list we've listed a band. Oh, Kyle, do you know what?
Oh, no, I've got two more.
No! No, hang on a minute. It's faders down, Catherine, because this is... listen, Kyle was taking a battering in life recently. His life, last week, he was torn asunder. It was a humiliation. The equivalent... the only thing I can think of is when the Colonel got caught cheating on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with the coughing. Yeah. It was a national pulling down of the pants and a spanking of the body.
It was.
And that's what Kyle had last week. And the poor lad. He's just said ZZ Top, which of course we couldn't accept because it's a band. Where else have we mentioned a band? He says he's got two more left. Now, my gut instinct is to just cut him off and forget this ever happened.
He's going to muff this up.
But I'm going to go over to your softer side, which is your backside.
Well.
And I'm going to let you decide Kyle's fate. Kyle, you've got... I tell you what you're going to do, Kyle. You've got 30 seconds to plead your case to Catherine for why you should stay, OK? You ready?
OK.
Here we go. Go.
Catherine, it's me. I'm Northern, I know Salford, I know Manchester. I'm one of you. I'm part of the gang. That's all I can say. And also, one of the ones I've got is Double Bubble.
Right, I hear what you're saying, Kyle. And of course, I know you're a brother. But that's part of the reason why...
Is he?
I feel
Can't tell from his voice.
I feel responsible for you, and I don't want to see you muff this up.
Oh, I can do this. I can do at least one.
Give him one more. Go on.
I'll give you one more.
One more.
Right, it's Double Bubble. It's LL Cool J.
Is that going to be for L or J?
Well, Iain can pick. He's the gaffer, isn't he?
I want you to pick, Carl. Are you picking L or are you picking J?
Picking L.
You can stay in the game. Oh, no, hang on, we've got L McPherson. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, but you're spelling L with an E.
Doesn't matter how it's spelled. We're spelling baby D-double-E.
Yeah, but you know what LL stands for?
Ladies love Cool James.
I mean,
everyone knows
what
that.
is wrong with the guy? Also, he couldn't have gone for J because Baroness J. What is wrong with people?
Just don't listen.
What is wrong with people? It gets me so annoyed. We put in a lot of thought into pretending that we'd spontaneously came up with this game, and we did this ages ago.
Yeah. And he brought the Northern thing into it. That's what hurts the most.
Someone's just sent me a text, and Nat, I got a soft spot for Nat because she thinks I'm hot. Okay.
Poor Nat.
Steady on. But she sent in D Ream. We're not doing bands. Delete your account, Nat.
Sorry.
Ray.
Hip, hip, hip.
We've not got time for that, Ray. Let's just get to the meat and two veg. Who you got?
All right, Robin S.
Who's Robin S?
Thank you.
You got to show me love. Exactly.
Right, okay.
Sing that again, Ray.
Robin S.
And sing it.
You got to show me love.
We changed it that time. Took it to the bridge.
We all know it back to front. Come on.
I've never heard it.
And promises. I've had more than my share. Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but listen, two of you are singing it. It sounds like a hit to me.
Okay.
Any others, Ray?
What kind of cake? Lesbian drizzle.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, we had to take it there. So, we've still got plenty of names to go, and I'm not looking at the people on Twitter. You can't play it on Twitter, guys. You got to phone in.
It's NTP, not the point.
Yeah, you got to phone in, guys. We are.
I was just translating that thing for Katia so she can stop bugging me.
Oh, for Christ! Is she bugging you during the show?
Yes.
We're actually making an alphabet of humans. So we've got A. We need an A. We need an F. F. I. J. K. L. M. Oh, the gap I've left between M and S. Right, so there's a massive gap between I and J when there doesn't need to be. Right, on this, the gap between M and S is like that thin. N O P Q R.
Oh,
R.
there is an O, isn't there?
O. 08444991000. O.
Oh, I'm thinking of a very rude French film.
Okay. Oh God, no. P. Tony P. Isn't there someone called Tony P?
What?
Isn't there?
No.
Is there not?
Tony P.
Tony P. Stevie P. Is there someone called
Jimmy P?
R. So we've got S, we've got T, we need a U.
Oh, we could have had Scotty T.
We need W.
We've all got a T, haven't we, mister?
Y and Z.
Your sister's trying to get in on the act on the Twitter.
Get out of it, Joe. When you decided to leave this country, you forfeited all of your rights to play these games. Okay, you're not playing this game now. This game is for people in Britain who are going through the hardship, or with a phone, but primarily people in Britain who are going through the hardship of Brexit and the racial tension and violence that is rising up, primarily from me, and I apologise for that. Well, yeah. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. We'll complete this list. Oh, Scott sent us a Bobby V song.
Oh, hooray!
About 2 hours ago. Should we play?
Is it going to be as moving as the other one?
Well, let's find out. There we go.
Bobby V was born in Fargo, like the film with Steve Buscemi. In 1961 he had a hit with Take Good Care of My Baby. It was quite unusual for a song to reach the top of the Billboard charts in America and also the charts in England. Before 1964 with the Beatles.
Someone's bit.
That was quite an unusual feat, so well done, Bobby.
Someone's
Great
a bit
work.
drunk on the guitar tonight.
I like it when he starts his songs with bum 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 bum.
You know you're getting a proper song then. That's tomorrow's. What songs? What the best 4-note introductions to songs? Let's go. I don't care about people getting in touch. They've got to phone up. I'm going to be very, very, very strict about this. Tony's called in. Yes, Tony.
Hello. I've just realised you've already got M, but I've got another M.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. MCA from the Beastie Boys.
Well, yeah, these
Certainly
rappers.
that's A, isn't it?
Huh?
MCA?
MCA from MCA?
Yeah.
Yeah, MCA from the Beastie Boys. We've got an A.
Boom.
Oh, okay.
I don't know his. I don't know. I don't really know the Beastie Boys. We're supposed to like the Beastie Boys, but I don't think anyone actually likes the Beastie Boys. Do they?
Well, I like them back in the day.
I like the idea of them.
They were rude boys, weren't they? They had an inflatable penis.
Yeah, No Sleep Till Brooklyn and all that.
Yeah. All right, Tony. Any others?
Okay, well that's it.
Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. That'll do. And when I say any others, it's not in any way a slight on what you've given us. You've given us an A.
We're just greedy.
Julie's back.
Hello, I'm back. I missed the last caller, so I might be repeating. How about Jay-Z
Oh, baby, XYZ, yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Oh, baby.
Is that P or is that D?
No, it's P.
D.
P. Well, Diddy isn't a letter, mate.
D is.
Yeah, D is correct, but Diddy isn't.
D is.
Well, DDA.
What?
And
Hang on a minute. I've got to do my alphabet. Hang on. H. P. Diddy. I've really ballsed this up. Okay, yeah.
And I don't think you're going to allow either of these two, but they're there at a stretch if you have to, and that's Peter Ustinov.
Good night.
Oh.
Good night. We're not.
ruin it.
I'm not. This is not something to be sniffed at. Do you want to send an email to Paul Ross because he might want to do this on tomorrow's show?
I would, but he's blocked me. So.
What, from email?
Probably.
Wow.
I've never contacted him on that either.
You've never done what?
Contacted him on that.
But that's not what you said.
Contacted him
That's
on
not
that
what you
either.
said.
I did.
I'm looking forward to hearing the podcast, guys. Wow, there's a Freudian slip.
Well, there we go. Maybe he's right to block me.
0844. Oh, it's time for a break.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Some great ones on Twitter.
Pity they're not allowed.
We're not. I mean, we're really not allowed Kenny G. We've got G. We've got Dustin G.
We've got Dustin G,
We've got Dustin D. Okay. We're not allowed Richard O'Brien. Let's have Richard O'Brien. O.P. Richard O'Brien.
Or James O'Brien. He'd love to be part of this.
Because he would. Let's put James down. Because this is going to be our new mystery hour. Because we're going to do... The thing is, we're going to do this every week. Best be different people. All right, it's midnight on a Monday. It's when we try and compile a human alphabet. Now, if you go onto the website, you'll see all of the people we've used before. We can't use those, okay? So if you've got a suggestion...
They don't put them on the website. You just have to ring up and then they'll laugh at you if you pick one that's already been
We
gone
won't
out.
be doing it, but I guarantee by the end of the hour...
You'll have had a laugh.
We'll have had a laugh and we'll have learnt something. 0844 499 1000. I am making it my life's mission to never use a selfie stick.
I think that's easily done, isn't
Well,
it?
it's not. It's not actually. Not in this line of work. Because when I go on Sam Delaney's television show for... we're puppets for Putin. It's on Russia Today. I get paid in rubles and blue jeans and big country records. Big country. I'm convinced Catherine said a very rude word before the break. Not deliberately. We've all said that word by mistake.
No, I haven't.
I have. When we were at Three Counties, and sometimes I would see either the word county or country coming up. And I would panic. And I remember doing it once with Kelly, and I said it, I think 3 or 4 times. Boom, 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 county.
My first job in radio was in Peterborough, and there was a school that was in the news quite a lot at one point. And I had to be very careful. It was the Jack Hunt School. I mean, why would you call a school that?
Come on, guys. That's outrageous. I remember, like, the first week at Three Counties, I said the C word several times, just stammering over, trying to work out whether it was country or county. It's a dangerous game, isn't it, to play? But yeah, I did that a few times. Fun days. But on Sam Delaney's thing, they at the end
he gets a stick
gets a selfie stick out, and they went, "You have to take a selfie." And it was offered. It's never been offered to me, but it was offered to me like on Friday, and I went, I'm not gonna. I'm happy to be in the picture with Ken Livingstone. He's got very thin legs. Never met Ken Livingstone before.
It's all that cycling.
Very thin legs. I mean, you could snap them. But I said, I'm not going to use the selfie stick. I'm not going to grab a hold of that. Well, I refuse to. Stupid.
Someone's just tweeted me a picture of David Bowie's trousers.
Yeah, I retweeted that.
Flipping heck.
Yeah, that is...
David Bowie's looking at Hoggle, and so is David Bowie's crotch.
Why is someone sending us the name Wyclef Jean? I'll be gone till November. I'll be back in November. That's not a name.
Why? Why?
No, grow up. Absolutely grow up.
Go on.
Although...
It's quite good.
Chris, I am going to take... No, we've got P. I don't need Pee Wee Herman. But I'll be honest... Ooh. R. Kelly. Have we got R? No. Right. We're having R. Kelly. Right. This is a good one. This is from Chris. Right. This is a good one. Chris Eubank. It made her sneeze! And again!
Double sneezer.
We've got to have Chris Eubank. Hang on, Chris Eubank. We're having that. All right.
So if you have Eubank, you've got to have Wyclef.
No, I haven't.
You have.
But that doesn't make sense.
Because U is a letter and so is Y.
I'll have Bill Wyman.
How are we going to do W? We haven't thought this through.
Should we go through it? Right, so the alphabet of humans. This is so rubbish. Oh, I know that I'm going to get a phone call from my boss tomorrow saying, the money we paid you for last night's show, can we have some of it back, please? So far, the alphabet of humans.
Only if you can give us a W.
MCA, Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D. Easy E, Dustin G, H from Steps. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Baroness J, Danny K. L McPherson, MC Hammer, and we haven't got an N. James O'Brien.
Well, if you'll have Bill Wyman
Yeah.
and Chris Eubank, then you should have Enya for N.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh.
James O'Brien, I can't put it into words, but...
Yeah, I know what the words are. If Ian makes it up, fair enough.
Yes.
If I make it up, not allowed.
P. Diddy, R. Kelly, Robin S., Mr. T, Chris Eubank, Bobby V, Malcolm X, Bill Wyman, Jay-Z.
We're not going to get W, are we?
George W. Bush.
I don't know if I can allow... No, because he's not known by that.
It would kill you to give me... What do you mean he's not known by that? Of course he is.
He's right.
If
I'm
he's
not
George Bush. It's just his dad.
I'm not going to let him get one, whatever he
that's
says.
the thing, yeah.
But he's not... No one calls him... Well, here comes George W. Bush.
W, they do. W. They call him W.
Yeah, but that's not W.
Yes,
they
it is.
call him W. I'm not allowing it.
Ian, I think you're becoming corrupted by this power.
Someone sent us H.G. Wells. We've got Dustin G. and we've got H from Steps. Delete your account, Henry Deacon. Delete your flipping account.
Wow.
Anyway, so I refuse to use... I've got an email, hang on a minute. You're just reading emails people have sent in anyway. You're fired. We're getting loads of emails, look. Right. So I refuse to use a selfie stick. Refuse to do it. Because... I just...
Well, because they're for idiots. Like micro-scooters for grown-ups.
Fans of selfies take great care to hold their smartphones out in front of themselves at just the right angle for the perfect shot to post on social media, says this story in the Daily Mail. But it seems that for many, technique is not enough, and more are compensating for the limitations of digital photos by undergoing surgery to get rid of their double chins.
Wow.
Experts say the obsession with selfies is fueling appearance anxiety, leaving many with distorted views about how their faces look, particularly around the neck. Digital dysmorphia is said to increase negative feelings about self-image because people often take photos from less flattering angles than with traditional cameras. It's funny, isn't it? We can't accept...
But that's what we look like.
We all look a bit ropey in photos. Well, you keep telling... If that works for you, then that's great, and I'm not going to knock that. But we do. And, you know, all the models and they're all touched up and it's all, it's all computerised, all of that kind of stuff. Why can't we be happy just being ugly? I mean, I don't know what that feels like.
No,
but
I can imagine.
I don't know. He's taking a selfie. What's going on out there? He's taking a selfie.
He's got a selfie stick.
Yeah,
I didn't like that guy.
He's going to find out what a selfie stick feels like to sit on in a minute. Right up his jacksie. 0844 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Right, so I'm just checking. I think the letters that we need are F, N...
F. Scott Fitzgerald. Can we have that?
Yeah, of course we can. Why would you think we couldn't? Who did you get that from?
Because I suggested it.
Yeah, but where did you get it from?
From my own head.
No, well, you didn't.
I did. Got it from my brain.
Okay. So, the letters that we require for the alphabet of humans this week are N.
Enya.
We still need an N. Q. R.
No, you got R. Kelly.
Okay, we've got R. Kelly. Do you want to get that call? We've got R. Kelly. Okay. Q. NQ. Thank you very much. NQU. Thank you very much.
No, you got you. You got Eubank.
No, but I'm just saying, it's funny.
Oh, okay.
We've got We need W.
What?
So
You're
we
not
just
accepting George W.
no. So we just need NQ and W. And if you've got a better U, I will accept a better U. So NQ and W, then we've got the whole alphabet. That's brilliant, isn't it? Hey,
I kind of don't want to complete it. I'm having so much fun.
Well, no, I'd like to complete it, because then I can say we got an hour of radio out of even less than usual. I mean, should we be naughty? Should we listen to what LBC are doing? This is what you could be listening to.
But if they're doing Alphabet of Humans,
Collins, you doing the Alphabet of Humans? Let's have a listen. Again.
I'd love it if they were listening to us.
There are 2 billion people.
Oh, that's an advert. That's an advert. That is not. That is an advert.
They're selling stuff.
That is an advert that has not paid the excellent advertising rates we have here at Talk Radio. You probably think it's a bit too expensive to advertise on radio. Well, think again. Why don't you tomorrow pick up the phone, dial the Talk Radio advertising department, I haven't got their number, and even you could advertise, like, you could probably just advertise stuff for sale and stuff you've got in your shed if you wanted. I'd probably that cheap, I'd imagine.
Overwhelmed, thinking he was going to go to prison, and he committed suicide.
How long ago was this, Liz?
3 years ago. 3 years ago, this last August.
They're doing issues. Fox has called in. Hip, 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 Fox.
Hello?
What kind of cake?
Gay cake.
Thank you very much indeed. I don't mind if I do. I'll have 2. What have you got for us, Fox?
I got an F.
Well, okay. What F have you got?
Adam F.
Sir?
Adam F.
Yeah?
Adam F. He's a drum and bass DJ.
Ooh. Who's the more famous, Fox? Adam F.
Yeah.
Or F. Scott Fitzgerald?
Alvin Stardust is Adam F's dad.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're going to cross off F. We're going to put that down. Adam F.
Who was F. Scott Fitzgerald's dad?
What?
Glam rocker.
What did? What hits has he had then, Fox?
Well, he's big on the drum and bass scene, so he's more of like a producer's kind of thing. So.
Okay. All right. Well, Adam F's on the list.
Awesome.
Nice one, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Feel silly now.
No, I'm going to cross that off and put F. Scott Fitzgerald back.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, he's gone. She's just being polite. She's just trying to spite you.
Adam F. Well, you don't need to try that hard to spite me.
I'm just trying to spite you. Hey, guests this week.
Loads.
Who have we got?
You've got Janie Godley.
Oh, yeah, Janie Godley's coming on Wednesday, right? She's brilliant. I've been kind of wanting her to come on the show for ages, but I didn't want her to come on for the sake of her coming on. But she's doing a show, the Leicester Square Theatre, called Donald Trump is a C word.
A crumb.
Yeah, because you will have seen pictures of her, because when he last came to Scotland, she went,
golf course.
Yeah, she went and did a protest, right? And she made this big sign. It's a brilliant picture. You'll have seen it. It's her just stood there on her own, and it says Trump is a C word. And all the other, she tells the story brilliantly, because I did a little thing with her up in Edinburgh, and all the other protesters kind of didn't want to be stood with her because she had the C word on the thing. And she's doing a show about it, and she's coming on Wednesday, which is great. Glenn Berger is coming on Friday, who has written this brilliant book, which I'm halfway through. I've got to finish reading it. It's such a good book. Never Say No to a Rock Star. And boy, oh boy, I'm looking forward to asking him about Paul Simon. He hates Paul Simon in this book. He hates Paul Simon. I can't wait. And he says how the Paul Simon album, Live Rhyming, so it's a live in concert album. He explained, I mean, we all know that live albums are faked, right? You know, but generally I always thought a live album, what they would do is they would take it back to the studio, and if there were some bum notes or some missed vocals, they'd just re-record a little guitar solo or the vocals. The whole of live rhyming is fake. It's all basically they overdub all the instruments. The cheering isn't from Paul Simon concerts. It's just from like stock concerts they found. And it's describing putting the album together. Such a good. He tells it brilliantly. So I think he's a psychotherapist now. This guy. So he's fascinating. So he's coming on.
Mm-hmm. Francis Rossi.
Francis
tomorrow.
Rossi of the Quo. We're going to go and meet him tomorrow to have a chat with him. And I think that's it. Someone just tuned in, says Kira. What letters are left? If you need a J or E, what about the great Joe Elliott? I think Kira, you've tuned in. I think you've misunderstood
Go
it,
back
young
to
lady.
bed.
Go back to bed. This is intellectual radio we're doing now, not the normal nonsense that we do on this show. This is proper heavy shiz, right? We're doing an alphabet of humans.
You're over your head, love.
You are way over. You want to go home, little girl. Come back in a bit when you're a woman.
Wow, no, don't say that. That's weird.
Craig!
Ian.
What you got for us?
I've got Q.
If you say Q from James Bond, I can't allow that.
Why not?
Because he's a fictional character. Everyone else on the list is a real person.
No. Oh, I've let you down.
Well,
I'm going.
You let yourself down more than anything.
I am.
And your family. You've let your family down, Craig.
Your school.
Yeah.
It's a good job they're all in bed.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let them know. Don't worry. We'll let them know.
There'll be a letter.
We'll let them know.
Embarrassing for him,
Q.
isn't it?
There's got to be like a
Susie Q?
Who is Susie Q?
Susie Quattro. Called herself Susie Q.
No, she never did.
She does.
No, she doesn't.
She does, though.
No, she doesn't. I'm not having that. All we need is an N and a Q and a W. W. There's got to be a clever way around this. N. Enya? I'm tempted to go with Enya. I think I like that. That's a clever little twist I've done there. But I'm not sure if I'm going to accept it. That's right. You letting one go? Are you cutting the cheese?
No, I'm just holding in the rage.
Okay.
Again.
Oh, Chris, thank you. W.G. Grace.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
No, it's fine.
All we need are a Q and an N, and we have got an entire alphabet of names.
Can't think of one, though.
Oh, well, and if we don't do it again, there's a rollover tomorrow. 0844 499 1000. Quickly, MCA, Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Dustin G, H, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Baroness J, Danny K, L. McPherson, MC Hammer, James O'Brien, P. Diddy, R. Kelly, Robin S, Mr. T, Chris Eubank, Bobby V, W.G. Grace, Malcolm X, Bill Wyman, Jay-Z.
Sounds more impressive the way you do that.
Thank you. I'm
Who are
professional.
missing?
Oh, I didn't record that thing earlier on. I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it quick before you...
No, I'm going home. Princess Charlotte has sparked a sales boom in official tat. Mementos marking her birth. When was she born? May
Ages
the 2nd,
ago.
2015. I don't remember that. I've been a sellout. Oh, don't she look like her dad? Unlucky. That is unfortunate. She looks like her dad, doesn't she? Really.
She looks like...
Unlucky. That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
50-50.
She's definitely a Windsor.
50-50 and she fell on the wrong side. That is a shame. That's a shame. Oh well, I can always try again. Have been a sellout for Royal Collection Enterprises. Yearly figures show an 11% boost in sales of their products to 16.4 million. And this is the tat-like mugs. And
Yeah, I've got mugs. I didn't buy anything.
You've got
for
lovely
Charlotte.
mugs.
I didn't buy any Princess Charlotte
No.
mugs, but I have got the Royal Engagement mugs that you're very pleased
Do
with.
you buy them in the same way that my mum bought things when Diana and Charles got married, thinking that they would be worth
No,
money?
I buy them because they're hilarious.
But there's coins. You know, when you get those coins in like a little plastic wallet, and we had them. I remember my mum bought one for me and my sister, and she said, "You hang on to these. These will be worth a few quid." A, I didn't hang on to it, and B, everyone bought one.
No.
So there'd be like 1 million of them.
I didn't buy them for that. I bought them because I remembered my gran having the Charles and Lady Diana Spencer engagement mugs, and I thought they were brilliant. So now I've got one of Kate and Will's.
What is wrong with Joe Elliott? Kira's getting angry now. What is wrong with Joe Elliott? sold over 100 million albums with Def Leppard. Yeah, but it's an alphabet of people. Where does Joe Elliott fit?
L already.
Yeah, where does... Well, there was Joe Elliott. It's not letters. His name's got to be letters. Listen again. Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E, Dustin G. And who is Q-Tip?
Oh, a rapper.
Yeah, let's put Q-Tip down.
Yeah, have that, because, I mean...
And Kyle's just called in. Let's hope he was calling in to say Q-Tip, because we will destroy... I feel bad, right?
Yeah.
Taking his pants down for a third time on national radio.
He keeps offering it up.
He keeps offering it. His belt is very, very loose.
Mm-hmm.
Very
He's wearing
loose.
track slacks.
Go on, you go to it.
I don't want to hike him down.
Go on, you go to it. Go to it. Go.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Catherine. You okay?
Well, what have you got?
Well, you see, now I think I've got it wrong, but
probably.
I've got a solo recording artist for an N for you.
Mm.
Technically, Nigel from Maidstone.
Okay, Kyle, bend over.
Oh no!
Pull them apart.
I'm going to take a run up. Oh, Kyle.
Online sales doubled and smashed 1 million knicker for the first time. The Royal... Oh, hang on a second. Let's... Yes, Dennis, what you got for us?
You were talking about royal mugs, mementos. I've got some going back to King Edward, which we didn't have.
Edward VII?
King George.
Oh.
There were pewter ones, because the place I lived in, Altrincham in Cheshire, gave us 2 little pewter mugs engraved.
But maybe the Edward ones, because he didn't become king, did he?
Probably a collector's item.
They might be worth something.
Well, they are, but I don't tell my wife, otherwise she'll sell the bloody house.
Sell the things. Go and buy yourself a I don't know. A video player.
Pass them on to my kids, great grandchildren.
Okay. Well, they won't appreciate that.
They will do if I tell them.
We're trying to complete the alphabet of humans.
Yes.
All we need is the letter N.
N for Norman.
Yeah.
Humans. Now, there's one.
What?
Nubians.
Right. Thanks for calling, Dennis.
Should we just go Enya?
People are just sending in names that begin with letters. I mean, that's... Oh.
Kira started that. She's ruining it.
Oh, dear. We've got a minute and a half left.
I've got one, but I'm afraid to speak now.
Go on, what is it?
David Ngo, French footballer.
Oh, for goodness sakes. We're not working...
I knew that would
We're
happen.
not working on TalkSport now, Sunshine. Can't just make up names. Online sales doubled and smashed £1 million for the first time. The Royal Collection Trust said this performance was helped by sales of china relating to the birth of Princess Charlotte and the Queen becoming Britain's longest-serving old lady. Charlotte's range of chinaware includes mugs at £19.95.
Oh, no.
Pillboxes costing £30. Take me straight to air. Yes, line 1, you're on the wireless. Turn your radio off. We're looking for a name that we can use. All we need is the letter N.
A famous actress and dancer called N. Bush Wright.
Well, she's not that famous because I've never heard of her. All right, here we go. This is it, guys. The alphabet of humans. MCA, Benny B, Mr. C, Baby D, Easy E, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Dustin G, H, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Baroness J, Danny K, L. McPherson, MC Hammer, James O'Brien, P. Diddy, Q-Tip, R. Kelly, Robin S, Mr. T, Chris Eubank, Bobby V, W.G. Grace, Malcolm X, Bill Wyman, and Jay-Z.
Talk Radio. Listen, phone, talk.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.